I didn't think that I would ever see your face again, but I was wrong. Yeah, I was wrong. When I got close, my heart was pumping to the beat that was blasting through the night. And on the street, the crowd was jumping, singing songs and dancing through the night.
Woohoo!
I didn't think that I would ever see your face.
Fear the crab cat. Fear it.
But I was wrong. I can't believe we're dancing in the street. All I ever wanted was to get close to you. Now I'm burning in your atmosphere. I can't feel my feet. While we're dancing in the street in the neon light. With the music on repeat all through the night. And when the music started to fade out, the first rays of sunlight lit up your eyes.
Do 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 boop boop boo do 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 boop boop boo do 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 do
Is this on? You guys can hear me, right? I can't tell. I have to look at the chat. Victoria's down there. She's giving the thumbs up. Jenna's bobblehead nodding. Hey, thanks, Aquatoad. Aquatoad like the intro. Glad you like that. That song was just in my head one day. I don't know why that song of all things. So I asked Hecklefish to do a little a cappella version of it. Hey, today was a pretty good turnout for this video, which is a bit of a pickle because I don't like cryptids. I don't like cryptids, but I relented and did this one because a lot of people asked for the Mothman. I looked into it and it had an interesting backstory with the Indian battle and the cursed land, the bridge. And so I was like 80% sold. And then I started seeing all the sightings in Chicago, like hundreds of them. So it was like, all right, we'll do this one. This is a pretty good one. So if the test was to see if people like cryptids, and you know, of course, I want people to enjoy the video and to show up for it. But there is a part of me going, man, I hope it bombs so I don't have to deal with Bigfoot, Chupacabra, the Goat Man, the other Dog Man of Wisconsin. Someone in the premiere chat made me laugh tonight. I think it was after Hecklefish singing. After he was singing John Denver, his comment was something like, "I can't believe I hated Hecklefish when I first started watching this channel. I hope to God he doesn't read my old comments." And I told him, "Hey man, that's not an uncommon response. Is he takes a while to grow on you. And look, I know he's grating and can be grating at times, but if you follow the show, you know why he's here and why he's important." What's going on in the chat? Oh, Jackalope, says Jonathan Earl. Supercalifragilistophobic. Nice. Likes Hecklefish. Concern wants to know, isn't Jen Hecklefish?
No, I'm not Hecklefish. Hecklefish is Hecklefish.
Yeah, but people insist that you're Hecklefish.
Well, they can insist in one hand and do you know what in the other and see which one fills up first.
Now, Victoria's there. Hi, Victoria. How are you?
Hi.
Here's our two producers. Now Jen's camera is flickering for me,
It is?
like showing just. It's not doing it at the moment. I wanted to know if it was just me or if everyone was seeing that.
Just you.
TV says, "Big Papa Hecklefish." It was a commercial, right?
Right.
But I didn't think it felt like a commercial. I watched the comments. There weren't too many people angry. I mean, one guy was like, "Well, so much for ad-free premiere." Okay, I'm sorry, but I told him that I'll send him his money back. He just has to give me a PayPal.
The thing is that we don't have AdSense on. So we keep that turned off during the premiere. But if we have a sponsor for the video, then we're going to put them up during the video. Sorry, I'm trying to check my camera.
Is that what you're doing? It looks like you're adjusting something, like your underwears are too tight. Well, sometimes
No.
when the stream goes long and I'm sitting in this chair for hours, sometimes my butt walks down, but my britches, they stay here, and but Jenny probably needs a reboot because everyone is seeing your camera.
All right, I'll go. I'll be back.
Peace out.
What? I don't see it.
Well, she doesn't see it, but Silly Hellhound saw it. John hit a fear the crab cat. You just got heckled to be a great T-shirt. I think we've got Mothman shirts up there. Let me see if I could find those. Oh, now you could see what I was watching on YouTube before the stream started. So let's turn that off. You don't need to see that. Oh, there they are right there. $25. I'll talk to them about that. All right, that's pretty cool. I like it. Puke Skylark, which I clicked on because I thought it could be Rune Lady, but no, it's Puke Skylark. Fun episode, even though I don't find most cryptids very compelling. Wish we could get blown away by some irrefutable pic/video of Mothman or Bigfoot. And I agree 100%. And it's a joke that I guess it's a joke. Whenever someone says, "Oh, I saw the goat man," I always say, "Well, cool. Send me the picture because I need to see that. Send me the video." Well, I couldn't get, it was dark. It's always, there's never good pictures of it. Even with the Mothman, I couldn't find too many good pictures of it with all those sightings. And some of those quotes that I used in the video tonight, and they all came, like the testimonials, they all came from that site that I can't remember the name of, but it's in the description, and I mentioned it in the video. I'm not sure how many of those I believe. I'm sure people are seeing something, but I read through, I don't know, 150 maybe testimonials, at least 100 of them, and they started to read like the same person wrote them. The same idioms, the same grammatical errors. But I hope I'm just, being overly suspicious. Poor Jen, she has to put up with AJ and now Hecklefish. Here's what Mina V says. Husband and I saw something fly over our car on our way home at 3 a.m. Gino's here. I didn't click him on. Oh, are you at Joe's Club? And with thumbs up because you can't put the audio on, right? Who's on stage? So Gino's at the mothership for Rogan's 420 show, but I don't know if he's allowed to put audio on. Just the fact that he's got his phone up shows how powerful Gino is. So normally Rogan will give you a roundhouse kick for that. So Mina saw something fly over the car on the way home at 3 a.m. January 2020 from Pennsylvania on our way back to New York. Something brown and pale and extremely large flew over our car at a diagonal. Yeah, that weird dragon video. You know, when you find those videos online, it's like this is a video from Chicago. Well, this is a video from here, and it's the same video. So you don't really know. But one version of that dragon looking thing said it was from Pennsylvania. So I don't know, Mina. Maybe that dragon thing flew over your car. Has anyone seen a debunk of that video? Because I couldn't find it. It was hard enough just to find that video. But let me know in the chat if you found that one debunked. I mean, someone must have debunked that, right? Because it was a dragon. It looked like a dragon. And there are no dragons. Are there dragons? Barbara likes Big Papa. Vega loves Heckle's accent. He's from the Bronx. Lisa loved Hecklefish from the start. Well, that's good to hear. Anthony thinks Jen is a lizard people. I don't think so. I think she's lovely. What?
I'm wearing a lizard people t-shirt.
What I already did a merch plug, but you wanted to go ahead and plug. You want to plug some more?
Yep, this is our Vitruvian lizard shirt.
Good time to plug that merch.
And it's in the Wi-Fi store.
That's in the store.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what the hell she's talking about. What's it called? Is it Vitruvian Man?
It's called Vitruvian Lizard.
This one right here?
So there's a t-shirt, and then I'm wearing the pullover hoodie.
Why do we have the Vitruvian, and then this is a picture of the t-shirt with just a logo?
That's the front. And then the Vitruvian lizard's on the... Yeah.
Oh, I see.
But
that's a double set.
But for the pullover, it's on the front.
Pullovers on the front. And look, that's $20. That's great. Vitruvian lizard. Yeah, I like the hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
But I need a zip. I can't buy this. All right, there she goes, plugging the merch. Chat's moving. I saw Super Fragile. Super Fresh is back. Your ads are more entertaining than most others since they're more creative. Well, I appreciate that. The ads when we take a sponsor read, we're really only in the contract. We only have to do like 60 seconds, 60 to 90 seconds at the most. But they want you to say so much stuff. So to say it in 60 seconds, it's basically just, and here's Aura, and then you just read, and it's got a VPN and a protection, and do this, and the antivirus, and the anti-malware. It's which I see on lots of videos, and I would rather do a 3-minute entertaining, piece that just the sponsor is just part of that. So we learned tonight, Hecklefish has, I guess they were mercenaries came and flew him out of there. And does anyone know what language he was speaking? Has anyone looked that up? Let me know in the chat if you know what language he was speaking. You deserve to be paid for your work. The ad was creative and fun. Well, thanks, Ash. Nikki Noel, make that money. Yeah, the sponsor would be happy with us to just read the stuff, because they just want their brand and product to get in front of a bunch of people's eyeballs. But I care more about you than the sponsor. But I need the sponsor right, to eat. But if I'm going to make you sit through it, at least have fun with it. So we learned that his guppies call him Big Papa. That's entertaining. Body count was just bad placement. I agree. I don't love that placement there. But a deal's a deal. So it was. I don't want it in the middle of the show. And a lot of brands, they don't want to go at the end, and they want it they want it to be like the first thing you see. That's what they really want. They want you to click on the thumbnail and get the sponsor read, which there's no way to do that. I can't do that. You would never trust me with a thumbnail. So thumbnail, watch the first minute or so of the video where I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, and then the sponsor read. Now, the sponsor doesn't know this, what I'm going to tell you. Oh, Jen's down there going, "Oh, what's he going to say?" Sponsor doesn't know this. I'm going to tell you. You don't notice this during the live, but now that the video is posted, I put chapter markers in there. So we've got the sponsor chapter marker just kind of blocked out. Why are you making a face?
Because just
everybody does that. Everyone puts intro, chapter 1, right? So
yes.
I did intro, sponsor, rest of stuff. So that way, if you don't want to sit through the ad, you don't have to.
That's fine. That's fine.
But I think it's fun. I think you would want to sit through it. You want to see he's on an adventure.
He is, and he's in a yurt. I'm sorry. I'm cranky. I need dinner.
You went on the live stream with low blood sugar?
I did.
And a jacked up camera still?
It's still I'm at my new setup.
You're at your new setup? That's your new camera?
Yeah, and it just keeps getting messed up. I don't know.
And you see it flickering in your eyeballs, or
I do.
You do?
I do.
You want to switch to your webcam?
I don't have a webcam on this setup.
Husky thinks it's a loose connection to Jen's camera, but that can't be what it is. It's not a loose connection because you would lose the feed. It looks like Husky. It looks like a compression issue to me because I'm seeing artifacts. Yeah. By the way, look at that puppy. Not that puppy. The puppy on the screen.
Oh, look at the puppy. It's so cute. Sorry, I had Grubhub up.
Yeah, Grubhub up. So you're gonna have some dinner and get your blood sugar up.
Yeah.
Because Jen's on paleo, and that's a recipe for cranky.
Cranky.
The thing about Jen is she's on when she's in a bad mood or cranky, she tells you. What are you shaking your head about?
People in Discord want me to mail them a foot rub. Thanks.
Can you do that? Can you mail them a foot rub?
No. No.
Maybe can you talk them through a foot rub on the phone, like like a foot rub line?
No.
Like right now, I'm tugging on your sock. Slowly tugging on your sock. What are you doing?
Stop that.
Everybody out. Everybody out. CJ, Hecklefish might be encrypted. So yeah, so Jen will tell you when she's in a bad mood. I don't do that. You have to learn I'm in a bad mood the hard way. But with me, you learn pretty quick what mood I'm in. I'm mercurial that way. But Jen's bad moods they're hard to find because she's always very perky. But what I like is she'll just walk into a room, right? Haven't seen her in hours, and she'll say, I'm in a crappy mood. I'm angry and I'm snotty and I say, is it my fault? No, it's not your fault. It's something else. Okay, then fine. Be in a bad mood. I don't mind that. I like the heads up because then I know to give a wide berth. But don't tell her I said this, but her bad moods they're child's play. Child's play compared to what I've been through in my life with some of the crazy exes. Child's play. Barbara liked getting the sponsor and very entertaining. I'm glad you like that. Let me see if I can catch up. Ray sees her perfectly. G'day, mate. Dan Under. Oh, Mothman is watching this live stream. Who believes in the Mothman? Mr. Butthead, Hecklefish for President 2024. In the chat for you. At Mr. Butthead. There you go. Try them apples. I'm just reading the chat and seeing what's up with you guys. Polar Jack likes the shirts. CJ Country Road, Take Me Home. So it's not posted yet on Hecklefish's channel. You know he has his own channel, right? It's not on his channel yet, but it's in post-production. He sings the whole song. Or at least he sings like the first 2 verses. We didn't get the whole song, but that's going to go up on his channel this weekend. AJ, keeping the prices low for the working person, DS. I'm trying. It drives me nuts when creators have... I've seen creators with t-shirts for $40. You know, from Teespring. Come on, man. $24.95, I think, that's the max before I start to get irritated. Even that's kind of high. Because like, it's nice to make a little profit from the shirt. I can't deny that. But I would rather make less money on the merch and just have more stuff out there. I love when I hear people say they run into somebody in Walmart wearing a Hecklefish shirt. Which happened. For some reason, Wi-Fi's watchers are in Walmart a lot. I don't know why. Sam C says, AJ, sorry, not Mothman related. That's okay. We're just hanging out, Sam. But I could prove the Dodalson messages are real. Tachyon Universe is the theory of everything, including how gravity works. You can email me that theory, Sam. I'd like to read it. I am in communication, or at least I was, with Debbie from that story, who was, was there. And she would come on. If I had a format, she would come on and talk about, what she experienced firsthand. So I'd like to see what you say, and then I'll run it by Debbie and see what she says. Michael Ball, Point Nemo is fashionably late to the party. That's cool. A John Denver bid on 420. How apropos. B-Herb76 says, I'm watching this with my fist deep in my new White House mug. Is that wrong? One day I might buy coffee or tea to drink from this thing. Look, if deep fisting your mug is wrong, I don't want to be right. G likes the shirt. Shirt is dope. Merch is dope up in her. You like it.
It's funny.
You like up in her.
Up in her. Yes.
Well, you say.
No. I'm not saying it again.
Your camera's jacked up.
All right. I'm going to turn my computer completely off and I'll be back.
You'll be back.
Bye.
You promise?
I promise. Yes, I promise I'll be back.
Oh, because Victoria doesn't want to be the only producer on the hook.
No.
But Victoria's got good lighting in there tonight.
She does. She looks great.
Is that new down there?
It's called Sunshine. Still in.
Oh, it's still light out.
It's the summer light coming in.
Yeah.
Well, it looks good, and we may have to get her some lights down there.
I'm gonna get her lights, and we need to get her a computer too. I will be back shortly.
Selling those t-shirts.
Jimbo L Logo just said I look like a Walmart person. I don't know exactly what that means.
I don't know what that means. I mean, it's fun to hate on Walmart, but I like a Walmart.
I do too. They have good deals. All right.
There she goes. Gamma Cow Moo. Okay. Doc Brewski, correct. Phantomsandmonsters.com. That was the one. And It's a really fun site if you're into cryptids because they don't. It's not just a Mothman site; they've got all of them there. But it was a great site to get everything. They have everything compiled. Tracy Kling likes the show from Cali, and you watch all the time. I'm glad you do, Tracy. Dion's there. Happy 420. She's keeping it cloudy out there. Richard Bramlett dropping plugs. Join us in Discord Friday morning at 9 a.m. for a hangout. Yeah, so if a great way to support the channel is through Patreon. And look, I'm sorry about the plugs, but the After Files is Q&A, hangout, AMA. We have some fun, but we're also trying to support the channel. It's a telethon. If you've watched this before, you know that's a big reason why we're here. But so Patreon is a great way to support the channel. It's as little as $3 a month, and different levels of support get you different stuff. So tomorrow morning, like tonight before we go live with the premiere at 5:30, we do a Patreon only chat on Discord, live stream. And we had a good turnout tonight, maybe 30, 40, 50 people in there, but everyone can get on with their own webcam and ask questions and hang out. We goof off, and there's a lot of foot fetish humor, and it's a lot of fun. And then for more senior ranks with the higher belts, higher levels of support on Patreon, tomorrow morning, Friday morning, we do another live stream just with those folks. And there's even fewer of us. So everybody gets a lot of time to hang out. And I only schedule a half hour for those. I don't think I've gone less than 90 minutes yet. Because, once I getting started in the morning for the live stream, it's hard. I'll be honest. It's hard. I'm up early, but to get into my live stream personality takes energy. But once I get rolling, and then it's downhill, and then I lose track of time, and we have a lot of fun on there. But yeah, that's Richard. I love the plugs. But that's that's honesty. Like this is my personality. What you're seeing, this is me, but it's turned up because I want to be entertaining. This has to be fun. BMCK, I don't believe any of them, but it's fun. 100%. 100% right. I don't believe any of them either, but they're fun. And that's why I did the Mothman, is because when I first heard of it, it was from the movie, right? 20 years ago, which I don't remember being that great. I don't even remember there being an actual Mothman in that. I think it was more about Indrid Cold, if I recall that movie. So that was the first I heard of it. And people would ask for Mothman videos. Sorry, that's not professional. People would ask for Mothman videos, and even without looking into it, it sounded stupid. Like, what, he's half moth, half man house? How scary is that? The dog man is scarier because he's got fangs and stuff. A Mothman just got fuzzy wings. But then I started looking into him, and he had a great backstory with the Indians, and the bridge was super cool. I mean, it's not cool that the bridge collapsed. That's terrible. That's a tragedy. But story-wise, it's entertaining. But yeah, I'm with you, BMCK. So I've got bats in the cave, and that's not professional. We got to make sure the camera's at the right angle. There's a couple of videos where, like, the camera setup should be an inch or two above eye level. That's how you do it. That's the right way to do it. But I had to learn. I had to learn the hard way with this. So there's at least one video where the camera's like 2 inches below eye level, and you could see why it's terrible, because it shoots up your nose. And I should have checked that before shooting that day. I should have. What are you shaking your head about? What are you shaking your head about? I should have checked it. I had bats in the cave, and that's not a good look.
Okay, no, not a good look. I'm glad you're telling everybody. Let's see how many people.
Tilt your head back. Let's see what you got. All right. She looks pretty clean. That's fine. I thought it'd be kind of crusty, but she's good. Ham Banana's a therapist. Something strange lurks in the Ouachita Mountains of southwest Arkansas. I'd like to know what that is. Now, again, I won't believe you, but the stories are good. So yeah, so the Mothman, I looked into it and I liked the story. So, and it's a ton of people asked for it. So now it's done. But I think the video is performing reasonably well, which means I may have to do another cryptid. But please, the next one's got to be scarier than this. I tried to make tonight's video. I tried to put as much scary in there as I could. But the next one's got to be scarier. In your dreams, I'm from Brilliant, Ohio, and was raised on the river, all three rivers. My uncle told me slipped into the government. It was fallen angel named Zedith. Uncle told me slipped into from the gov. It was fallen angel named Zedith. Could be. Kitty Cat, maybe the Mothman was around way back in ancient Egypt, and that's one of their gods was a birdman. Could be. Uh-oh, hang on. Thing's freezing. So what we might do tonight, if you guys want to, is... Do you hear that? I mean, why did we rent a studio next to an airport? Why would we rent a studio next to an airport?
We needed a place, and it was available.
What are you eating?
And what?
What are you eating?
I had a few almonds.
I thought we were having some Grubhub.
We are. But
What are you having for dinner?
I'm having gluten-free pizza. It's the first time I've had anything even remotely. I know, but to me, it'll taste delicious. I moved to the other computer, so that's why you now see the crap pile behind me.
Look at that crap pile.
But you couldn't see at the other computer. So.
Well, you got to
Yeah.
work on that.
Well, I did. I moved it all over here, so you couldn't see it from the computer over there. But yeah.
Well, that's how you clean up, right? You move the crap piles around.
Uh-huh.
What's the verdict on the Mothman? Real or not real? Says Andrew Johnson. I don't know. You know, how I wrap the video up is most of the stories, most of the reports are not real. Most of the reports from Point Pleasant are not real. It's mass hallucination, mass memory, all that stuff. But a few people did see something. And with Chicago, most of those reports are not real, but a few people did see something. So I believe they saw something. I just don't have a picture of what the hell they saw. So 95%, Andrew, 98%, it is not real, but they did see something. Adam, well, Bigfoot isn't scary. Do the Dogman. I already did the Dogman of Michigan, which I think got demonetized, which is another thing about cryptids. I have to be careful because they're usually associated with kind of scary stuff. And sometimes there's victims, like with the Dogman. But Mothman didn't hurt anybody. I had to be careful with the bridge. You know, we had that video demonetized a couple of weeks ago, and I'm still gun shy from it. But I agree, Adam. Bigfoot isn't scary, but I found one Bigfoot video that's really, really good. And I just used a clip of it maybe a month or so ago in another video, which I don't remember what it was. But it's a few guys hiking or cross-country skiing or something. They're up in mountains, snow everywhere. And down in this valley, you see a large figure walking. And it's near enough things down there so you have an idea of its size. You can't really see what it is. You know, I zoomed in and blew it up and all that, and it just made it blurrier. But their video is clear. It's just really small, and it looks like a Bigfoot. But the thing that's crazy is it's walking in deep snow in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing around. And as you're watching the video, you know, the guys are amazed. the video goes on for like 4 or 5 minutes. There's a lot of footage of it. It's really interesting. But you're just screaming at the screen like, somebody ski down there. Go down there. It would be the biggest find in all zoological history, right? Just ski down there and get a close-up picture of that thing. So that's the best video that I've seen. And of course, it's tiny. All the other pictures that you're aware of, they're all fake. So I don't know. Ronald wants to sell hemp grocery bags at Hallmark, at Walmart. Okay. There's Gancakes. Found the channel a few weeks ago. Now it's become a huge centerpiece of our week. We even shifted pizza night to Thursdays. That's awesome. Jen's having pizza night as well. Michael Ball, nose hair, yuck. I agree. I try to keep things tidy for you. A Robertson 6,000 watching. That's great. But we lost 400 as soon as we went up the nostrils. Silly's back mentioning Toth, but I'm not sure why. Harvey Birdman, attorney at law, very funny. Jack Barnes has a crush. There's Rune Lady with a terrible avatar. I'm trying to find a way to block her with this, but I can't. Napdoor East, there is no Mothman. Linda Seal, hey, you guys, I live with the Sasquatch. That's no Sasquatch. He's just Italian. Jason Armstrong, Ingrid Cold episode. Yeah, Ingrid Cold, it's a good story. And it goes pretty deep, pretty far with that guy. What was his name? Woodrow Derenberger. He saw Ingrid Cole, right? He's driving home from whatever he's doing. And there's a UFO blocking the highway. I'm just going to recap in case you're just joining. There's a UFO blocking the highway. And he stays in his car. I don't remember what I said in tonight's video, but what happened is he stays in his car, and the hatch on the UFO opens, and out walks this ordinary looking guy with dark hair. And the only thing weird about him, says Derenberger, is that he had an unnaturally large grin. So some people started calling him the Grinning Man, which I think is conflating two myths. So this regular looking man walks right up to Derenberger's car. And I guess he's like, so he rolls down the window, he's talking through the window, and Derenberger's just like frozen. He doesn't know what to do. And then the person telepathically says, "My name is Ingrid Cole. I'm from Zanulus. It's a place smaller than here, and I'm here to observe, and we mean you no harm." And it's a whole thing. And Ingrid Cole goes back into the UFO and flies away. But Derenberger and Ingrid Cole stay in communication for years. And I think he said Cole visited him something like 18 more times over the years. But what makes, and it's a wacky story to me. The UFO sightings where there's all the specific names are very suspicious to me. Ingrid Cold, that's a very suspicious name. And when you say you're from Zanulus, I hear that, I'm like, no, because it sounds like a sci-fi word, right? It sounds like a Rick and Morty word. I'm a Fleblagon from Zanulus. But Derenberger never went back on his story. His wife left him. People took the kids. He lost his job. He lost his house. People were stalking him wherever he moved, showing up in his property, taunting him. And he never went back. He said, I've lost everything, but I'm telling the truth. That's very compelling to me. So he had nothing to gain and everything to lose, and never went back on his story, till he died. So So there's some good reports about the conversations that Derenberger had with Injured Cold, and I also found those other reports of people that same night that saw a UFO in the area. That one woman, the UFO was in a parking lot, and there were two men there. She didn't specifically describe them as with the grins, but she said they were normal people, asked a lot of weird questions in a weird accent, but they were normal looking guys. And Injured Cold was the same thing, asked a lot of weird questions, which I can't think of examples, but and then there was the second sighting after Derenberger's. He's a normal looking guy, gets out of a craft. In that one, it's two eyewitnesses driving down the road in West Virginia, and the craft comes down and blocks their road. And then the guy gets out, asks a bunch of weird questions. He looks normal, gets in the craft, and disappears. That's an interesting story to me. Of course, I'm skeptical and suspicious of it. Xanulus, I hate it. I hate that that's in there. And there's a lot more specific stuff that I can't think of off the top of my head. But if we do a video on it, I'll get all that stuff in there for you. SM Country Road, Take Me Home. That song has been in my head for a week, to the point it's getting on my nerves. 37 Custom Toys did not know Jen is an actress, writer, and producer. AJ, you married up, brother. Oh, that you like that, huh? That's funny for you?
Well, yeah, it's a little funny. I think it's funny.
It's funny. I mean, I know that Jen is too good for me. Now, that said, she has a pretty good life.
Oh, I'm incredibly blessed. I tell you that all the time.
Well, maybe she can show me, if you know what I'm saying. Raphael, look, what about the lady who drowned her kids, La Llorona? Yep, that's a story that people have asked for, but I can't do that one on YouTube. You know, drowning children is not good for the algorithm. I saw someone I think it was on Twitter. By the way, you could follow the Y Files on Twitter. Let me put it in there. OMG the Y Files on Twitter and Instagram. I'm talking to people every day on there. So someone on Twitter was like so angry at me because I wouldn't cover 9/11 conspiracies. You know, so he asks, you know, on Twitter, "Hey, would you cover 9/11?" And I'm honest, just like I'm honest with you on the live stream. You know, 9/11 conspiracies are interesting. There's fairly recent documents with CIA connections to some of the hijackers. So there's good stuff to talk about. But YouTube crushes the channel for that stuff. You know, it's so because it's such a tragic story. It's full of conspiracies. I can get away with it on the live stream for the most part because these aren't all that monetized. You know, we have the super chats, which are amazing, but once the live stream is done, it lives on the channel. Even though ads are on, I don't make really any money from it. So YouTube can crush it. I don't care. They also let us get away with a little bit more in the live streams. I don't know why. I guess they understand that stuff is going to happen live. It's going to slip out. But on the actual videos, if I do a 9/11 conspiracy, I would just get slammed. And I mentioned 9/11 in tonight's video, and I was nervous about it. And I zoomed right over it. You know, someone saw a Mothman in New York around the time of that happened, and boom, right over it. So I got to be careful. Yeah. So that was on Twitter, and so it's like, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry you're upset, but what I told him was this is my job. So it's if I do a video for you and it gets demonetized, imagine you're working your job and they say, here's what I want you to do. I want you to come into work and work your ass off for 2 weeks. You know, work 60, 80, 100 hours a week for 2 weeks, no pay. And then you'll just do that for free. And then when you finally get your paycheck at the end of the month, we're going to take out like 25, 30% of that. That's what happens when a video gets demonetized. It's crushing. So I have to be careful. So I'm sorry, no 9/11 video. Maybe it'll go on, if I can get caught up, I'll do those hardcore ones for Patreon that eventually we'll put on Rumble. By the way, I don't know if anyone's watching live on Rumble tonight, but shout out to Rumble. I got the stream set up. It looks like it's working. Annie Wood asks, would you ever consider doing a traveling/live Wi-Fi show? I would. That's just a function of time, Annie. Oh, sorry, just full of phlegm. It's not professional to do that. I think the first road trip will probably be go to Art Bell's grave just to pay our respects to the master. But I definitely would like to do that. And the channel that will eventually launch, called the Where Files, is going to be a lot of road work, is what I want to say. That's a stand-up comedian term, road work. But it's going to be a lot of location shooting. Yeah, Where Files, that's going to be what we're going to do. But it doesn't really fit the format of this channel.
No, it doesn't. The Where Files, yeah, it's going to be that's going to be a fun channel when we get to it, for sure.
When we get to it.
Yeah. I mean, What Files is going to be next, and we'll cover things like La Llorona and stuff like that, because true crime, just by its nature, it's really mostly sponsors, because a lot of it gets demonetized. So
she gets a little snippy, huh?
well, you just wait. You wait until the opportune moment that one of us is doing something ridiculous, and then click, there we are. Right on the screen.
Yeah. That's true. Because I can see, like, what you see my stupid face, but down below, I can see everyone kind of waiting in the lobby. So the producers, I could see their webcams. So I know when Victoria's drinking. I know when Jen's picking her nose. Like, I could see that stuff. So if I see something fun, like right now, Jen is screaming because she doesn't like that comment. What are you gonna do? She's down there. So if I see something, I know, honey, I see you, but you got to stay down there. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm yelling, but I look for them doing something fun or hopefully embarrassing, and then I could like if Victoria farts and leans back, I pop that right up there. Make Madness sounds like an agent. What is going on in the chat? Asking for Lemurians. Yeah, Lemuria is a good video to do. That'll be part of a Hollow Earth video that I need to get to it. Ashen, yes, that's the correct spelling of it. He was spelling it the way it sounds. Chris Starkiller, Rumble baby, you watching on Rumble? You're not watching on Rumble, Chris. I see you because that icon tells me where you are. I'm assuming you can see that too. But if you're a Rumble guy, go over there and I don't see anybody on there. John Denver was a notorious pothead. Having Hecklefish sing Country Road on 420 is pretty funny. That was just luck. But I mean, I can't hear the word. I can't hear West Virginia, and the song immediately gets in there. And then who doesn't like John Denver? The songs are catchy, and I had to remind Jen that one of the best movies, certainly when I was little, was Oh God, which I believe is 1979, where George Burns plays God, and the lead is John Denver, and he's great in it. It's a super funny movie. Most of you guys, you're too young to remember that, but that was a really funny movie, and it still holds up. Movie still holds up because in putting this episode together, I popped over there to see, like, is this movie still good? It's still good because George Burns is still good, and John Denver was great. Michelle says, here in New Jersey, we also have the Jersey Devil. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I can't find any good pictures of it, but yes, you do. There is Fezgig, big Patreon supporter. Do we get put on slow mode because we type too frequently?
No, I just have to put it in slow mode because there's 6,700 people in here. So
can you Can you explain to us what slow mode even means?
Okay, so slow mode, you have to be a subscriber of the channel in order to comment, and you can only comment once every 45 seconds. So it just stops it from being crazy. I did have it set on once every 30 seconds, and people were like, do you even have this in slow mode? Because everything was going so fast. So I backed it off to 45 seconds. So yeah, I mean,
What does anyone need to say more frequently than that?
well, I mean, it's not just, they're not just talking to us, they're also having their own side conversations in the chat. So,
But they can't read the other side of the conversation, take a moment to formulate a thought, and then go ahead and put it in the chat. I think 45 seconds is fine.
it's good. And then, like somebody else said here, it helps the mods too, because everything comes in so fast and they have to be able to take, a beat and read stuff. And because some people are not awesome in chats. So
They're not. I'm looking
they
at it
have,
now, and they're not.
so they have to go bye-bye.
Enjoy sleeping on the couch tonight. We don't have that relationship. I forget what comic it was. It might have even been Bill Burr. Which is funny. It was when he did the bit. It was funny to me because I'm the same thing. Where it's like, oh, you're going to be on the couch tonight. No, I'm not. I'm sleeping. I sleep in my bed. If you don't want to see my stupid face, there's a whole house of stuff, but I'll sleep in my bed. We've never had a fight where we had to sleep separately, right? It's because
No,
nothing that important.
no, there's not. I mean, this is what we get to do for our lives. We get to write these stories. We get to, talk about these things and joke with each other. And yes, no, none of this is so serious that I would be like, first of all, like you said, if I said go sleep on the couch, you would be like, what? And secondly, like it's just we have fun together. So
Well, all right. We're not going to
what?
make it a whole sappy thing.
Okay.
There she goes. But 5 by 9. I am sleeping. I am sleeping alone tonight because I'm at the studio. So you're kind of right. But it's just easier because we have the live stream in the morning, and it's just easier just to stay here and get up early and do it that way. Ronaldo Moon, everyone on Twitter is angry. I agree. That's I try to, even on my personal Twitter, which I don't use that much, and in the Y-Files Twitter, I try to actually follow as few people as possible. I don't want to follow any political people, any activist type people. So I follow a couple of comedians, my family, some of you guys I follow, some Patreon members. I just want to, UFO channels, UFO, Twitters, a couple of conspiracy ones. I just want to see that stuff. And when I go on Twitter to interact with people, that's what I'm doing. Sean Shea, we're talking about how we're doing the Freemasons video. Yeah, we got to do that one. Rusty Shackelford, I hear you mention entities. I have encountered entities while doing ayahuasca. Almost everybody does, Rusty. And that's another video that I can't do on YouTube, but which I would like to do would be a DMT. But because YouTube would say it's promoting illegal drug use. And Rusty, if you've done ayahuasca, there ain't nothing fun about that. DMT, you wouldn't use DMT for recreation. That's not what it is. But it's illegal, so we can't do it. And I get it. Kids watch this channel. But there's a lot of interesting science behind the chemicals, right? And all those tryptamine type chemicals, what they do in the brain with the pineal gland and all that stuff is very interesting without having anything to do with getting high. But one of the common things that people have is seeing the entities. And that's what's interesting about those experiences is everyone has the same ones. Everyone sees the fractals. the breakthrough, the ego death, right?
What?
Were you able to break through with your DMT experience?
No.
You never had a DMT experience.
No, I never had a DMT experience, but I wasn't sure where you're going with it, so I was just playing along.
You were playing yes and?
I was playing yes and.
Alberto C. Bermuda Triangle. Hasn't that been covered so much? What I started working on, I don't even remember why I stopped, was on a lot of the triangles around the world, because I found 13 of them, including Bermuda, including the Nevada Triangle, which I did a video on very early days of the channel, which I still think is fun. But coincidentally, at the end of the Nevada Triangle video, Rusty Shackelford, Rusty, you're mentioned. If you watch the end of that video, you're mentioned in the very last scene. So Alberto, I can maybe do that one, them all together, but Bermuda by itself, I think it's just been covered so much. Oh, there she is and being flagged.
It's time for a giveaway. Whee!
A giveaway.
Yep.
All right. Let me see if I can make this work. Hang on a second. I mean, you can run the show for a second. I'm going to try and see if I can get like a full screen giveaways. I could do it later because we should try to play a game and see if it's fun. It may be stupid.
We should play a game, but yeah, we should practice it.
Well, I mean, we could practice it here live.
Oh, great.
That would be fun.
That'd be professional.
Right. This is not a professional live stream. So if you're watching the live stream because you want to see, I want to learn how to do a live stream, this is not the one to learn from.
There are some funny people said mail order foot rub. Somebody said moth machines because of what you were talking about last week. Country
Moth
road.
machines.
Country road's a good one.
Oh, you mean for the word?
Yeah.
Dog.
Karma.
Dog.
Oh, she heard her name.
Hi, pretty girl. I like hobgoblin. That's a fun one.
All right, hang on.
I don't know that you know this, but when you bleeped out the woman saying it scared her shitless, in the closed caption, it put in the word poopless. And so everybody was commenting on it.
Who do you think put the captions in?
Oh, you did that. You're so funny.
I thought it was funny.
It was funny. Lots of people commented on it, but you can't use that because it won't go through.
Poopless would have been funny to use.
It would have been funny to use.
Do this.
You didn't tell us, though, what Hecklefish said in whatever language he was speaking.
Well, someone else could.
Ooh, look at you getting all fancy.
Well, we're starting to learn how to do a professional thing here.
That's awesome.
Ooh.
All right, so we can't do poopless. Yeah, I'm not going to. I don't want to just say what he was speaking, what he said. The subtitles are there. No one in the chat got it?
The subtitles are in the language. They're not.
Am I just a naturally gifted investigator that's enough information for me to find it?
You just got heavy sighs from both of us. Wait a minute. You're on here twice now. That's weird.
What? Yeah, do a little different angle. But see, this is the camera's too low. Because you can see the bats in the cave, but I got to get that other guy out of there.
Oh, I removed him.
All right, what word did you want to do? Let's go down in the chat.
Mr.
Consultant wants poopless.
You can't do that because
YouTube will.
Yeah.
Daisy wants spooky-alicious.
Ooh, I like that. That'll be fun.
Oh, Big Papa's a
Spookylicious?
good one.
Which one?
Big Papa.
Big Papa is that's the one. All right, so here's how it works. If you're just joining us, sorry, Daisy, we'll get you next. If you're just joining us, type Big Papa exactly how you see it on the screen, no spaces. I think it has to be capitals. I'm not sure. Just put that in the chat with nothing else, and you'll be entered to win. Well, you win a $50 gift card to the Wi-Fi store, and Victoria has started working on the foot rubs, which if you can get to her house, she'll do it in person, but otherwise she'll just talk you through it. Is that right, Victoria?
No.
Do you want to tell them what to do if they win?
Yes, please. Oh God. Please go to Discord and put in a help desk ticket, and I'll get your name and email, and you can take it back, JJ.
What?
Take it back.
Everybody get that?
Go to Discord and put a help desk ticket in.
Nothing about the feet.
Nothing about the feet.
All right, Big Papa, we ready to draw? There's 500 and 600 entries.
Just a second. You're getting super fancy. It's got our names here now.
Yeah. Go, because I got the episode done, 4 hours early.
Right.
So I had all this time to kill. Mike Willis, thank you for the $20. Can I get a shout out for my wonderful wife, Angela? Yo, Angela.
Ooh, Angela.
I mean, that's a name I grew up with. Yo, Angie, get in the freaking car. I'll give you another one of these. That's the name we had around the neighborhood. She lets me throw a ridiculous amount of money your way each week and month. Thanks. Episode was great as usual. Well, thanks, Angela. But and I love the avatar. Mike's got the diamond mug. But we know Mike wears the pants in that family. He's just being nice. We know he's in charge. Buzz Darkin, thank you for $10. Another fun and entertaining episode. More vodka for the bowl. Have a shot from the Mastiff.
Yay!
Buzz always supporting. Every week we see Buzz in there. I'm glad you like the episode. Jen always asks me, like, when I come into, like, in the bedroom, it's 1 a.m. and I'm just spent. I'm like, all right, it's done. It's up. Is it good? I'm doing my best. It's good if you like cryptids.
Well,
The writing's fine. The edit was good.
Well, because sometimes you go, this episode is great. It's like one of my favorites. The editing turned out really good. So I ask because, I want to know your feelings about it.
And sometimes I go, Well, thanks for that, Buzz.
902 entries.
All right.
Ray J, $50.
Ooka chaka, ooka, ooka, ooka chaka, ooka, ooka. I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. You mean you just don't realize what your tips do to me? When you tip me, I can pay my bills and you make me tingle in my gills. Oh, your tips are amazing, and I think it's crazy that you send cash to me.
Ooh, whole can of asparagus for dinner, which I forgot about, but I was just recently reminded of it as I worked on my Philosopher's Stone. Great, a donation for Hecklefish's presidential run. Remember, if that don't work out there is always Parliament, Lord Hecklefish. What do we think? Established titles? Bring established titles back to the channel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can pop out my lady title back on Discord.
My lady title. I think I have his. Lord Hecklefish is around here somewhere. All right, you want to draw this thing or you want to give it a minute?
Let's draw this thing.
Do this. Dan,
thanks for the 10 pounds. Bill Janda, you need to make a black T-shirt with Hecklefish. I'd buy multiple exclamation. Didn't see one in the store. We don't have a black one?
I'll
I
look.
thought we did. All right, there it goes. There's Jonathan. There's Ed, John, Yanni, Christopher, Myth, Derek, Kai, Mike, Ken, Renson. Pardon me, that's not professional. Professor Jose. Z Mage is the winner.
Yay!
Z Mage is the winner. So Z Mage, you're going to go on Discord, open a ticket. But before you get the foot rub, I have to ask you to moisturize those toes. We don't want Victoria rubbing on dry feet.
Or you'll put a ticket in, and then she'll get your email and your information, and we will send you a $50 gift card to the Wi-Fi store.
Woo!
And then how does he claim the massage? Does Victoria call him?
Yes, wait by the phone. It's in the mail.
That's fun.
All right. Z Mage is the winner. Congratulations. There they go. Jeff Wallace, that was fun. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah. Got my Lizard People shirt today. Thanks for supporting, Jeff. Which I didn't even know we had a Lizard People shirt. Because now Jen's waving, but we'll just let her sit there for a second. Oh, yeah. Maybe the Vitruvian one.
No, go down 2 more. You just
Hang on.
missed it.
You know what? Won't this work? Let me see.
We also have a Lizard People Crossing t-shirt. And hat.
Oh, this is gonna get confusing. Remove that. Ask that. Do that and try that. Which one is he talking about?
So if you go to all the shirts and then scroll, keep going. There. Lizard People Crossing t-shirt.
Oh, okay. That's fun.
Yeah.
And we've got black shirts up there.
That one's dark gray, but yes.
I just mean in general.
Oh, well, yeah.
Bill was asking for black, and we have black.
Well, black Hecklefish shirt.
Thanks so much for supporting, Jeff. There's Xander Grace for $20. Great episode as usual. Drove through West Virginia.
Oh, thank you for the tip. I'm saving up to build a bunker to protect me from the lizard people.
No, your audio is all kinds of messed up.
Yeah, my mic as well.
Yes. Okay, so I guess we're going to do this for a minute. All right. So Xander Grace, great episode. AJ, as usual, drove through West Virginia earlier today on the way back to New York, ironically enough, to Birmingham.
What is this human even talking about?
Tried convincing to make a short side trip to Point Pleasant, but kids and wife said no. Aw. Try it now.
The wife said no. Side trip to Point Pleasant with kids and wife said, so do you think that maybe he should get a divorce? Because
No.
Victoria and I think that maybe their marriage is on the rocks.
Totally. Going downhill.
And maybe it's not working out on the Graces. What do you,
Oh
I'm
my
not
gosh.
saying it's not. I'm just saying maybe it's not. If they're, Xander, maybe you look into that. Grab a lawyer.
Oh gosh.
All right, so do some super chats. I mean, we can always. Hang on, you go ahead and read a super chat. Let me see if I can make this work.
Okay. Mike Willis. Oh, we did Mike. Hi, Mike. And we did that one. And Ray J. Okay. You did some of them already. All right.
He's not
That
going
we
to
just did that
work.
one. Rune Lady for $20. Hey, Rune Lady. Y-Files Discord is introduced to two potential future ex-husbands. Thumbs up. That's fun. So good. I'm glad to hear that.
I'm pretty sure she's talking about KC and Pathos, our resident ancient historians.
Oh, okay. We're
Very
calling out all kinds of people now. That's fun. Demonic Hordes for $5. They knock on your door. What are you doing?
Sorry.
Oh,
I was trying to get balls.
Well, hold on. That it looked like someone had a translation. Oh, Demonic Hordes wants the Black Eyed Kids, doesn't he?
I'll
they
stop.
knock on your door and sometimes disappear into a wisp of smoke. Black-eyed kids. Do it up in her.
But her.
What? I did it for you. You
Thank
said.
you.
You're welcome.
Did Victoria have a translation there?
Yeah, I started it. You want to see it?
Yeah.
Of course, now that I've gone past it.
Well, where is it?
Oh, here, let me go to start.
Wow, you guys in the chat are fast with the room code. Now, we can't make it public like that. So you're just practicing, which is fine. And if you're in the game and you've put like a nasty word as your username, probably not going to let you play. Sorry.
Okay, did you find it?
Yeah, I was just waiting to make sure Demonic Hordes is okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what do we got? Heck of a translation. Give me a minute, guys. Do you offer beverages on this flight? That's correct, J-Dog. What language is that, though?
You told me and now I don't remember.
Well, it's not for you to answer.
I know, I'm just saying. Where's my food?
Yeah, well, why don't you get your food and I'll get out of your hair for a second. There's A70 Garage. Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. That's a Ghostbusters quote. 100% mistaken identity. Seeing a golden eagle in flight is like seeing a dang hang glider. I agree. Untapped value, always good comments. Highly appreciate the witty and warm engagements. Be skeptical, be loved, be fun. Prioritizing practicing Tom's Park is the fast track to understanding the greater reality. The larger reality will benefit greatly. Xbox controller. Well said. Untapped value as always. What's going on in the chat? Brian Chappell, we are getting a Ghostbusters. Yep, good call. Neo Prototype, it's Lithuanian. It's close. It's close to Lithuanian, but it's not. Bass Snake, will you cover Indrid Cole? I think so, because there's a lot there. It's very interesting. Nebraska, because first-time caller, new here. Where's Hecklefish? He's here. He's here. Adrian Simpson, AJ, keep giving error. I don't know, man. I don't know what that is or why. Small town Estonian, that's correct. Hecklefish is speaking Estonian to his friends, Estonian mercenaries. So apparently he's hiding. I mean, I guess he needed a NATO country to hide out in. So I guess he was in a yurt in Estonia. Jonathan Earl wants to get inside me, but that's not going to work. Omega Dash, I've never heard of him. Interested now. Joe 1849. No, it was not speaking Klingon, but I'm going to file that away. That's funny. Stone Road, he meant to say he's stoned again, but it all ran together. I got you. If anyone's looking for a yurt, you can go ahead and you can direct message C Miller Paw 33 because you can rent yurts near C Miller. Well, you can. Stephen Deere, near-death experiences. Yeah, I'm going to do that one. What's the beanie you have behind Hecklefish's bowl? You know that beanie that's behind Hecklefish's bowl?
I do know that beanie that's behind his bowl. Are we discussing it yet?
Well, Andrew's asking.
Okay. Well, Hecklefish is part of a group that that's their beanie. He's part of the Knights of Cousteau, and that's their beanie. So it's got their logo on it, and there's a pipe, and there is a swimmer, like a scuba diver, and a martini glass. So there'll be more on the Knights of Cousteau as we move along in Hecklefish's history.
Oh, okay. Now things are making sense. Yeesh.
Stephen B, thank you for the $2. Damn you, John Denver, and your affable demeanor. Hey, I mean, he had a very affable demeanor. I remember when he hosted the Muppet Show. Untapped Value. Already read that, but always good comments from Untapped Value. There's Anne of Cleves. Supports every week. The Mothman is one of the first American cryptids I heard about growing up in the Philippines. It was big here too. Yeah, the Mothman has been found everywhere. It's too hot. I would wear that, but this is too hot. Too hot in the studio. Hang on. Hang on. Well, there's no AC here. Yeah, I just put a couple of juicy Mothman sightings in the video, but I found them from everywhere. But I wanted to find ones that were near disasters. You know, I'm telling a story. I got to cherry pick. I can't just say someone saw a Mothman, just walking through a parking lot in a mall. It has to be near something terrible. My D, I don't believe in Mothman, but you made me consider the possibility. Separately, do you accept written episode submissions or don't bother? No, go for it, Mike. For the most part, I'd say don't bother, but I know that someone is going to submit a script and it's going to be great. Just diamond in the rough. And Mike, you could be that diamond. And between me and you, I really, really want you to be. A.C.$2 born and raised in Point Pleasant. Hi, throws the goat. Looks like a nice little town. I mean, I think I think Gino and I had a very good Waffle House lunch in West Virginia. And I think that's my only experience with the state. But everybody likes a Waffle House. Joe P, he's got the best beard on Patreon. What's up, AJ? It's your boy Joe P and the beard up in here. Got my silver supporter beer stein today, and it's Amazeballs. When is Hecklefish going to release an album? Great episode. I don't know, but he maybe has to release one.
There's that beautiful thing.
Are you spokesmodeling? Is that what you're doing?
I am.
Awkwardly.
Well, it's my camera's backwards.
Yeah,
so I was trying to watch what I was doing, but it wasn't.
That was strange. Watching you model that.
Well, my pizza's here.
Well, good. That means in about 20 minutes, Jen will be in a much better mood. Thanks for the support, Joe P, as always. And Joe's on Patreon, and I get to talk to Joe every week on the Patreon chat. Every week I talk to that man in that beard. So Patreon's a great way to support the channel. It's as little as $3 a month, and I really would appreciate it. Jarafat Sanchez, 999. I saw it in Mexico. I was asleep on the rooftop and suddenly woke up focused, not tired. In front was a 6-foot man with red eyes, just looking for a minute, and then it opened up. It opened its wings and flew off. Love y'all. Yeah, I believe it. I believe a lot of those stories out there. Galia, always a good supporter. A lot of mutations out there, evolution. Yeah. And I wish I had more time to go into the Chernobyl dog story. Was really fun, Galia. But tonight's episode was over 40 minutes, and I cut about 8. I cut about 8 out of it because at 40 is it's too long. But there was more information about the Chernobyl dogs. So this is this area, right, that's uninhabitable. It's toxic. But they've just and so when people left, in an emergency, they left their pets behind, which I don't know why that's heartbreaking to me that you're evacuating and it's like, now we'll leave the pets. Just, grab a dog, grab a cat. Maybe that's just me. If the world is ending, I'm going to have one of my boys under each arm. But anyway, people left their dogs there. And everybody, expected all these dogs to die in Chernobyl. But what they found was not only did they not die, but they're breeding, they're healthy, and they're flourishing. And researchers have found that they are evolving faster than regular dogs and into a new species. New species just meaning their DNA is distinctly different than a regular dog. Like if you looked at the two pieces if you look at dog DNA under a microscope, this is a domesticated dog. You look at a Chernobyl dog under a microscope and it's different. And I thought that was really interesting. So I had more about that in the video about DNA mutations and evolution and all that stuff, but I had to cut it. But maybe we'll get it next time. Paul Christie, thank you for $10. Skinwalker Ranch. That's where Indrid Cole came through. I never heard that, Paul. But that's interesting. If I do an Indrid Cole video, then that will be something I'll look into. There's Ray Lewis. We just show up for you, It doesn't matter what you present to us. That's nice of you to say, Ray. I appreciate the support. Drake Miser, Hecklefish is radiation proof. I'm wondering if somewhere along the line, 50, 60 years ago, that maybe there was a pet store or a fishbowl that got irradiated, and the guppy got irradiated, and that's how Hecklefish was created, because he's weird. Stella Gatto. AJ, your red glass is an homage to the Mothman? Freaking me out, buddy. Happy to watch another good episode. Hi, Gino, Vic, Jen. Hi, Stella. No, I'm not trying to freak you out. I'm in a dark room, and I have bright lights in front of me so you can see. And it's really hard. It's really hard to see everything like this. So I need something with amber in them to cut down on the light, and I need something with a little bit of a magnification so I can read the chats. Because like this, I was watching like old live streams, and every time I'd read something, I had to come in here, squint at it, and it was, this is not a professional thing that we do here. So that's what the glasses are. I know that they look goofy. I understand that. I don't wear these, when I'm out doing red carpets or, big fancy events as a YouTube channel. I don't wear these, with my tux. G317, are the dogs growing thumbs yet? They look normal. They look normal. I think I included some pictures of them in there. They look normal. Some of them look kind of mangy. The pictures I put in the video were like cute puppy dogs. Because again, it's an entertainment channel, right? So I didn't want to put all jacked up, mangy looking animals. If I'm saying that they're flourishing, I need to show images that they're flourishing. I put mangy dogs in there, and then the comments will be full with, those don't look like flourish. I mean, just those are not flourishing dogs. Richard Bramlett, Hecklefish Moriarty has his own channel. He does. And if he ever does a song in a video like tonight, usually the full length or longer length version of the song will be on Hecklefish's channel. So we do have Country Roads recorded. Like, he was in the studio, he laid the track down. I just have to do post-production on the video, and then that will go on Hecklefish's channel. April wants to know what the pole is in the background. For exercise, I just dance on that, April. I just climb on there and dance on it. No, I'm just kidding. That's a C stand. So up high up there, there's a light dome that when I'm shooting covers that Wi-Fi files logo that's here. Here, this is how Jen had the problem with the cup. It's all backwards. So I just lifted it up on the stand, so it's not blocking your view. Bonnie's very curious about the feral Chernobyl dogs. Yes, I'd love to learn more. It's not really a Y-Files episode, Bonnie, but if you just Google Chernobyl dogs, you'll find a lot of information because that the research is brand new, like within the last couple of weeks. So there's lots of stuff out there. Scott Clark, are you guys still running Speedweed? We are not. It exists in a kind of weird, nebulous way, but we don't have any active role in it. Fizzgig would never leave my fur babies. Of course not. How's your what kind of crust is in a gluten-free pizza?
I don't know if it's just regular gluten-free crust or if this is like cauliflower crust. I don't know yet.
Is it delicious?
Well, I had to heat it up because it was cold, because that's what happens with Grubhub.
Well, I hope you heat it up in the air fryer.
No, I didn't, because I didn't want to take that long. But I did add a little extra mozzarella and a little locatelle.
So in Chernobyl, the feral dogs are flourishing and thriving there in what should have been a toxic radioactive wasteland.
Right.
But those dogs are from when people evacuated, they left their pets behind.
It's crazy.
You would never.
No, I would never.
I said I would have a one boy under each arm.
Yes. Yes. And one arm would be fine and the other one would be scratched to hell.
That's true.
Yes.
Sire Lord Gendigo hands fetish. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you go ahead and enjoy your nasty pizza.
Thank you.
Everyone is having a snack.
Well, yeah. It's snack time.
Well, and now my stomach is growling.
Well, of course it's growling. You ate a can of canned asparagus for dinner.
A cold can.
Yes.
Oh, it's room temp.
Oh, that's even grosser.
That's how I like it. Oh, yes, I heard about that Chernobyl dogs that became deformed, right? Nope. Healthy looking dogs. Tommy, have you thought about doing a video about Waverly Hills or the Stanley Hotel? I covered that a little bit very early on in like scariest places that you could actually visit. I don't know if I would go back to that kind of stuff, Tommy, because I don't do a lot of ghost haunted stuff here. Because I like to find stories that have that I can find a little bit of kind of grounded truth to them. Like even with the Mothman, which as I said, I think is 98% false, but 2% people are seeing something. With the haunted houses, it's just I want good evidence of that, just so in the video I can say, here's the story, but here's what they probably saw. But all the ghost stories that I find are just people saying, this is what I heard, this is what I saw. That's just hearsay. And EVPs, I'm not a huge fan of those. I want it to be grounded. I don't want the channel to just be, anything, any wacky theory goes up there. Chris G likes the longer episodes. For about a year, like 18 minutes was my absolute max. If you look through the catalog, you'll find videos in there that are like 8 minutes, 9 minutes, 10. Because I just felt like they were just like, who would want to sit in front of a YouTube video for a half hour? But you said that you like them. I still think 40 is too long, Chris. I mean, you would have stuck around for it, but I don't know if everybody would have. It's MD Soma, the Wendigo hand model. That's Jenny. Kate McFarland, what's up with the sniffing? Sniffling? Could be allergies. I don't know. If I'm sniffling a lot, I apologize. I am holding a sneeze in though. It's just, it's on the it's on deck. See what happened there? All right, what's going on in the super chats? I got you. There's Galia. Paul Kersey, Ray Lewis, very kind. Quantum Sledgehammer supports every week. Tonight's ep had it all: cryptids, aliens, UFO, crab cat, men in black, Hecklefish singing. The only thing missing: scary clowns. Uh-oh, don't look behind you. That's not funny, man. I do not like clowns. I do not like clowns. So when I was just a tyke, I don't know, maybe 5 years old. My dad was a cop in New York City back in the day, and he was kind of a big deal. He was a big shot cop. So the circus was in town, and Dad's patrol area. He didn't call it a beat, but his patrol area was from Madison Square Garden, so like 32nd, 33rd Street and 7th, if you know New York City, all the way up to Times Square, 44th and 8th, that whole chunk. That's Midtown South for you NYPD fans. So Dad got front row tickets to the circus, Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. I don't even know if that's still a thing anymore, but it used to come to New York like every year or so. So we're front row in the circus, and Gino is like a toddler. I don't even think he speaks English yet. So that's how young we are. But because Dad's got hookups, we're down low, and then all the clowns come out, and they've got these clown cars. Not like the clown cars where everybody jumps out. They had those, but it was like trains. I don't know how to describe it. Chair, linked up. And what the bit is that they're doing is they pull kids from the audience and plop them in these cars and drive them around the 3-ring circus. Cool. So I get grabbed. By giant clowns. Come grab me from I don't want to go. I don't want to ride the clown train. So I get ripped from my seat, probably popcorn everywhere, and thrown into this chair. And I have memory of being frightened. Like I could see the clown that grabbed me, but not too much beyond that. But from what I understand is I did a lot of screaming and crying, which that makes sense. So ever since that time, I've been like an anti-clown guy. Like I could watch like Killer Clowns from Outer Space and enjoy that. Everybody's seen that movie, right? Amazing. But there's still that part of my amygdala going, it's a clown. Like I hate it. I can't watch it. I can't even read that, but I can't watch it. Nothing like that. So that's clowrophobia. Ever since that circus nightmare, I kind of got I gave Dad a little crap about that over the years too. Like, don't do me any more favors with your front row hookups. Because he probably got some guy out of a ticket or something. Oh, I'll take care of your kid. We'll throw him in the circus with the clowns. No, thank you. Lock Kraken, thank you for $20. I didn't like Hecklefish at first, but now I think I like him more than you, LOL. Could be. Nancy J, thank you for the $22.
That's what I'm talking about.
For not liking cryptids, you did this justice. I found it really interesting. I'm glad you did. I liked it too. I bail out of so many topics when I'm researching. Probably most of them I'll research for an hour or a few days and then decide like, it's just not good enough. I can't figure out what the narrative is. What's the story? What's the twist? So I'll bail out. With the Mothman, I resisted doing it forever. But a few people told me, watch this documentary, look at this. And Jen and I sat and watched the documentary, and from, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes in, actually, if I recall correctly, from the first line, it was so well written that I remember telling her like that was the way to open a show. Because most of the topics that we cover on the channel, the documentaries are so terrible. Like we have a lot of subscribers, at least from my perspective, it's a lot of folks. But most of the time, I don't know why so many people want to watch the show. I'm glad you like it, but I don't know why so many people like it. But then I'll go and research. I'll watch a documentary on UFOs or Bigfoot or, cryptids. And they're so, oh my God, they're so terrible. they're so boring. And then I sit there and go, oh, this is why people watch, because we try to have fun. I'm not saying it's always great. I'm not saying it's always super funny, but at least when you're watching, I'm trying to have fun. So with the Mothman documentary, that was not a fun documentary, but it was interesting. I think I linked it in the description. But he has two. I can't remember his name, but it'll come to me at some point. So this one is from 2017, and it's called The Mothman of Point Pleasant. And then he did a follow-up, I think in 2021, called The Mothman Legacy, which wasn't as good. But this from 2017 was very good. So we're watching it, and about, I don't know, 5 minutes in, he gets into the Indian story, which I opened with that as well. So his last name is Breedlove. So thank you for that idea. So watching that, I'm like, I told her, I said, this is interesting now. Now this is different, because all the other cryptids starts with, here's a guy who saw a thing with no photo, but he has a photo, but it's blurry, but that one's a photo, but it's fake. This started with an Indian battle with Indians and settlers and a massacre and a curse. And I was in. So Nancy, luckily that's how this started. But so many of these cryptids, they don't go that way. But I'm glad you liked it. If I'm not interested, I don't do it. There's plenty of episodes on here that are not my favorites. Mothman is not my favorite, but it was interesting enough to keep me interested and engaged in what I was doing. And like I told you before, when I'm finished and Jen says, "Is it any good?" And I was being sarcastic, I was kind of being funny, but what she really asks is, "How do you like it?" Is really the question. And sometimes it's fine. And how I answered this time was, how do I like it? I don't like cryptids. But if someone is into cryptids or likes the Mothman story, they're going to like this episode. I thought it was written well, it had a good flow, and I thought the editing was good. How about that sound design tonight? I got one shout out on the premiere, and it makes my whole day. I love to hear you guys saying that you love the channel, whatever. It's great. But when someone says, "Hey, how about the sound design?" Then I go, "Yes. Yes." Hours and hours I put into sound design on tonight's episode. When the kids are in the car, right, and they pull up to the factory, you hear first you have one layer of sound, that's the engine running. And they were driving a 57 Chevy, that's the engine that I used. So you hear that sound idling, then you hear you hear the gravel under the tires, and then a gentle squeak of the brakes as they engage. I mean, did you hear that? You heard it. Victoria heard it. Billy Bub, thank you for the 550 Canadian. My grandma lived in West Virginia over the next bridge to the north, ELO Chester. I remember hearing about the bridge collapse, but not of the Mothman. Yeah, once the bridge went down, there was no more Mothman. Billy, like I said in the video, it became this mass memory, this mass hysteria. But once the bridge goes down, no one's thinking about Mothman anymore, because at the time of the Mothman sightings in the 60s, Point Pleasant had about 6,000 people living there. It's actually fewer now. Now it's about 4,000. Back then, 6,000 people. Still a tiny, tiny town where everybody knows everybody. So if you're in a town where everybody knows everybody and 43 people go off that bridge, I mean, everybody's connected to somebody in a tragic way. Like in New York, we all know somebody who went down in the towers. I do. Gino has a close friend that went down, and that's a city of 8.5 million people, and we're still connected to that tragedy. So if you're talking 4, 5, 6,000 people and 43 of them go down, that's got to be devastating to the town. So no one's thinking about Mothman anymore. No one cares. They're thinking about, the school teacher died that day. So every kid in the town was affected by that because the teacher's gone. I didn't mention it in the video because I didn't want to test my luck with the algorithm. But 2 people were never found. One of them was a 7-year-old girl. I mean, that is heartbreaking to me. So you've got a missing, 3rd grader, and this tragedy, no one cares about the Mothman. So it just went away. And that's how John Keel, that's where he came up with the idea of the Mothman predicting being a harbinger of doom, of, bad things, is because the bridge went down and the Mothman disappeared. Like That's what he came to do. But remember, he made that up. And they used that in the movie as well, in the Mothman prophecies. Although, like I said, it was mostly an Indrid Cold was the villain there, which I thought was a good choice. You're not really going to do the Mothman. But that was all John Keel. He was out fishing. Bigfoot is next. Can't wait. No Bigfoot. No, but I need some good, new, juicy stuff to do Bigfoot. Puke Skylark is back. Fun episode, even though I don't find most cryptids very compelling. Wish we could get blown away by some irrefutable picked video of Mothman or Bigfoot. You and me both, man. Still waiting for that, that anytime anyone sees anything, that's the first thing I say. So you just email me the picture. Well, I forgot to.
It's the combination of the name and the avatar that is just $5. Thank you for that. How is it nobody that sees these monsters ever had a rifle handy? Need to sponsor a Mothman or Bigfoot hunt?
No. Say they were kind enough to support the channel with a little bit of a tip. You have to read their name.
Thank you for the $5, Mr. Peckerwood.
Mr. Peckerwood.
Yes.
Hey, you see my Crab Cat shirt?
I have seen your Crab Cat shirt.
You could get a Crab Cat shirt at shop.thewildfiles.com if you want to support your favorite YouTube channel. And they're not that expensive. You keep the prices low. Patreon's also a great way to support the channel. But at least with the store, you get stuff, right? Oh, that's the Illuminati shirt. And Mr. That has nothing to do with Mr. Naughty, right?
Yes. It's about Mr. Naughty.
It does or it doesn't? Mr. Naughty's on there? Where?
No, he's not on here. Just his name.
Are you confused?
No.
Okay. What else would you like to model for us? That you're doing a little fashion show. This is one of those try-on videos. You ever see those on the YouTube?
Oh, I have on the
Oh, here. This is like those try-on videos. Here she goes. Whoa, there she goes.
the Y-Files University shirt. So that's a cool one. This is very awkward, but it comes in all different colors. Anyway, go look on the website for that one. That's a good one. Y-Files University shirt. Those are fun. Somebody said I have a chicken on the shelf. Yes, I do. The company that's making the Hecklefish plushies for us was sending some examples.
Well, go get that. Let's see what's going on up there.
So this is one of the plushies that they did. This one happens to have
Oh, you just rip his head off?
a miniature chicken that is attached to the top of its head with Velcro.
Oh, that's a little chicken.
Somebody just said peacock.
Yeah, where is Peacock?
And
Where's his
our
super chat?
Hecklefish is going to have a Velcro tinfoil hat. So this is one of the examples that they sent us.
So should we try to play like this drawing game just to see if we can get it to work?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. We don't have to.
No, we can. That would be fun.
All right, so let's see. I don't know how to play.
Oh, great.
So we're just going to follow it. But so I can't put it up on the screen because then everybody will jump in at the same time. I think a good way to do this would be maybe drop the room code in Discord. Maybe
Okay.
the Patreon channel. So is anyone on Discord hanging out?
Yeah.
Does anyone want to play? We can get up to 8 people to play.
Am I hearing this? Yeah. Guys.
All right. So let me see.
To play out of Patreon.
All right. So I'm going to put the room code in there in the private chat. If you want to send that to Discord in the correct room, and once I see people joining in there, then I'll throw the game up there. We'll see how it works. You guys in the chat, have you ever played this Drawful from Jack Games? Does anyone know Drawful? And there's Drawful too. So I bought a whole pack of these to try. But I think it gives you something weird to draw, and then I don't know. We vote on. I don't know how it works. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Mitch, altogether, thank you for $5. Have you seen Last of the Dogmen? It's a great movie. I haven't. I never heard of that. Is that the cryptid about the Dogman? The Dogman of Michigan.
I don't think so.
Dogman of Michigan was not one of my favorite cryptids, but I did find a couple of good pictures. Legion of Comics, thank you for $5. Great video. Definitely need an Indrid Cold video in the future. I think so too. I think that'd be a good one. Anunnaki Gaming, $20.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
Jen, you got to let AJ grow his beard and do the show rocking that chin fuzz. AJ has hot AF with it, and he needs to rock it more.
I say the same thing. So, but his facial hair does what he wants his facial hair to do. So
No, I thought that I wasn't allowed to grow it any longer.
no, you can grow it longer. You don't like it when it's longer.
All right, we'll cover the rest of this offline.
Okay. Hey, Gino.
What I miss?
And what was going on? Were you at the mothership, Motherland, the
Mothership, yeah. Comedy Mothership.
comedy mothership? And what that was Rogan's 420 show?
Yep, it was Rogan, Joey Diaz, and Tony Hinchcliffe.
Fun.
No Ron White for this show?
No Ron White for this one. Russell Peters was there. Last night we had Jim Brewer. It's a lot of fun.
Wacky Brewer.
Explain.
No Brewer on a 420. That's crazy. This is his jam.
Yeah. Oh, I think he had to get back to the East Coast. So what I missed is, did we decide Mothman is real?
Well, rather than recap the first 2 hours,
I mean, I'll put in a super chat. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
all right. Does anyone in Discord want to play this game?
Are
Or
they
no?
signed in?
I don't see anyone signed in. They have to go to
The code
jackbox.tv
is-
with that room code.
It's in your chat, the mod chat. Grab it and then give it.
575. Thank you for $10. Hecklefish is awesome. He may or may not sprout wings and gain red glowing eyes and chase that commenter a bit, though. Could be.
Maybe. That's
Go ahead.
crazy.
What's crazy?
Well, Hecklefish might be a cryptid.
Mm.
How distracted are you at the moment?
I was reading the chat while I was trying to talk, and I didn't realize that you were talking at me.
And it did it work out or no?
Apparently not.
You got caught. You got caught multitasking. You know who knows how to multitask?
No one.
No one. Jenna Sweet Studios, thank you for the $20.
Ooh, $5 more, and you get a private dance.
If you win the giveaway, you get a foot massage from Victoria. Don't forget. And if you do win that, keep your toes moisturized. We don't want dry, cracked feet. She doesn't like that. She have foot skin flaking off in her. I don't know where she does the massages. Does she have a foot massage room in the house?
No.
Where does she do those? Or she'll come over? Jenna Sweet Studios, another banger, friends. I learned about Mothman years ago when I was staying in a remote town in Wyoming. And you know, I love that connection to the Gateway Theory, too. Always a pleasure, Agent Hecklefish, Jesse, and Ori. I think you're starting that new channel with a better name, right? Wow, so we've got people joining the Drawful game. And I think I could put it up on the screen. So everyone's going to see the room code, which I guess is okay.
We'll find out.
That's the wrong one. Hang on. I'm trying to. There's that. Hang on. Nope. There's that one. Add to. There we go. I guess we can call this a Patreon perk. You support the channel, you get access to these wacky games, however they work. So whenever we do games and giveaways on the live stream, my radio training kicks in, and I go through the. If you're just joining us, here's how it works. Here's what happens if you win. Here's what that's what I do. But with this one, I don't know how it works. So all I know is we're learning it together. That's why I asked the chat if anyone knows how to play Drawful. Do a show on the Chupacabra.
Somebody's getting messages on their phone. It's all right. I was going to say, if anybody can multitask or come close to it, it's Victoria. So there's that.
My best friend just super chatted and she's all excited.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, so how do we just get? Do we have to wait for Craig to finish his avatar? I guess we have to wait for Craig, huh?
Do you?
I guess so. Jose Aviles finally makes it to a live After Files. I'm glad you made it, Jose. Thanks for supporting the channel. Nicole, such a fun idea for live. I don't know if you mean this idea. I don't know if you're right yet, Nicole. We're going to find out. Because not only do I I don't know how to play the game. I don't know how to even start the game. I don't even know how it starts from here. Hang on, let's see if I can figure it out. Oh, not with that.
Craig is the one that's supposed to draw, maybe? Since the pencil's bouncing around?
I don't know. Let me see if maybe I need to be a mod of some kind.
Do y'all know how?
So Ishikawa, I'll give a plushie update while he's figuring out how to do this. So we are working with a company that is creating the avatar, not the avatar. I gotta stop reading other things. They're creating the plushie, and we have approved like the drawing for the manufacturing, and now it's going to.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Jenny.
Go ahead.
Are you guys able to hear that?
No.
Well, I don't know.
Well, one person drew something.
Okay. Do we know what the title is?
No clue. I don't even know how this works.
I got it. Let's see if I can mute my. Did that work? Yeah.
Okay. So I see a lot of faces. And a chocolate chip cookie. So, I don't know.
Do y'all see a word to draw or something? What's the deal?
This sort of looks like in a baseball game where they say which bus is going to make it first.
Yeah. Okay, so it tells them what to draw on the screen. The wizard from Harry Potter, thanks for your... I'm not supposed to tell that. It tells them what to draw. Baby missing out of a carriage.
I mean, that's what I assume that it is.
Does it say no on it?
Yeah.
It says no. So like the baby's missing.
Missing baby.
Kidnapping?
I think that we need to maybe do this offline and get it perfected-ish before next week.
We're a professional
Okay, so
operation.
now all the players are guessing what it is. So,
Okay.
so we would have to be involved in this for to like AJ would have to, so you could see, right?
Colorado Kid says a rolling pilot. Richard Sova says ugly baby. Wendy Olson says a dingo stole my baby. The Lindbergh baby. Gone baby gone. Serious baby. No.
Oh.
Ooh, someone in the chat had Rosemary's Baby.
Bigfoot on a bike. And then
So what do we think this is?
Where's my baby?
Rosemary's.
A dingo ate my baby.
baby back ribs. Dude, where's my baby? Okay. And then
Ah,
Nice job, chat. A few people had that.
all right. Yeah, we gotta I think we gotta work on this one some more.
We're gonna have to work on that some more.
Yeah. So
look at the
But
and figure out what's best for this.
right.
thanks for the Patreon members for jumping in that. But I think there is a game that we know how to do, right?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes,
Drawing.
there is.
What?
A drawing.
Right.
Yes. What's gonna be our word?
What's the word?
It's the word.
That one says the lizard people ate my baby.
Rosemary.
Tag. Jackbox TV is fun. Great game nights with friends. Yeah, that's. We just jumped in with both feet, and it failed. That's how. I didn't say it was a professional thing that we do here.
What about? Please be
What
me.
about country roads?
Okay, I like it.
Yeah. We're not professionals.
It's not professional. So if you just pop it in, this is how it works. You just type country roads, no spaces in the chat with nothing else, and you get entered to win a gift card to the Waffle House store and a day of beauty with Victoria.
Somebody was asking AJ who the people on the screen are and what are their roles.
You've got Jen up top, me, Victoria, and Gino. They're all producers. They produce stuff.
We all work on the
Possible.
channel.
And and the chats are covering up Gino's mug. I apologize. I can't control that.
We do
David's going to abstain. That's fine. Lauren, I don't think that's going to work. No spaces.
Ooh, she's pretty.
She's pretty.
Oh, look at that.
JL wants to know how was the pizza, Jen?
It was fine.
All right. Joe 1489, Victoria's Secret. That's not right, but funny. Oh,
John
Iron
Denver.
Man 2001. Once a day of discovery with Victoria.
No.
Excuse me. Whoa.
No.
Iron Man.
Gets right in there, that song.
Right in your noggin.
Yep. It doesn't get in yours?
Well, it didn't. And then this morning or yesterday at some point you popped in and just sang like one little piece of the song, and then it was stuck in there again. So thanks for that.
It's country poopless roads. I'm not sure what that means, but that's funny.
John Denver did pass away in a plane crash where he might have hit Mothman. I'm just saying.
Might have hit the Mothman. And he built
I'm
that
not-
plane. He built that
Mothman.
plane himself.
Oh
that's
my
good.
goodness.
Big Ogre Country Road, no spaces. That's wrong, but that's funny. Corn Fried Toads will not win, but I like it. Munchy Rolls, not going to win, but funny. Jake Best Fisty Roads.
Jake.
Snoochie Boochie's Bunyan Roads. Victoria can work those out for you, though. She's a master at corns and bunions.
Jeez.
What is that? A cat running in a harness? What is that?
What is that?
That's what it looks like with something on its back.
What? Something's riding the cat?
Riding the cat. Sounds like a
Okay.
euphemism.
Yes, it
Sorry. I'll be quiet.
does do that. Joe Pucci, you can't turn off slow mode. Sorry. Only I can. Well,
Why does he want to turn off slow mode?
probably so they can type faster than once every 45 seconds.
Yeah, but what needs to be said more frequently than 45 seconds?
Country roads.
Well, the thing
No.
is that if we turn it off, we wouldn't be able to read anything. Way too fast.
Coloring and doodling dusty roads is funny. It's wrong. Mike D with a suggestion: do not turn off slow mode.
No, it's not happening. It's not happening.
Paul Cat says Jen, the all-powerful overlord. GU317, faster than 45 seconds equals anal ease.
Oh my God.
Oh no. Oh, I'm really trying to clean up the Discord with that business, and here you go.
Yeah.
Krusty Yurts. Stoning rolled. People realize they can only enter once, right? Stoning, they don't realize that. But I don't care. The system knows that they're already in there, but I don't care. I don't care. Jorge Garcia, what are we playing?
Daniel Carrera says Gino Neutrino.
Gino Neutrino.
I don't know what's happening in Gino's car, but it looks like somebody creepy is sneaking up behind his car. Oh, maybe he's in the trunk. I was like, what is going
Oh
on?
my gosh, that does look weird. They can't see it.
He must be in the trunk.
What?
The trunk.
Oh, and I better not do that because sometimes Gino, if he's on a long road trip, will go back there to
No, he won't.
if he can't find a rest stop. When you
Oh.
can't find a rest stop, the whole world can be your rest stop. Are you ready to draw this thing or what?
Let's draw it.
Draw it.
Let's do it.
Do it.
Hang on. Just looking at the super chats. There's Brother Driscoll, Mike Tees, James M, Glue, Elvis, Nancy, Galea's there, Jack, Sink Beans Without Master Rockin', Big Daddy, Jackie David Vest. Jackie David Vest.
Woo!
Get those toesies ready, Jackie David. So what happens now? They go on Discord and what do?
They put in a help desk ticket and they'll give me their name and their email and I'll get with them.
2 questions. A, what are you smoking? And 2, can I have some?
Okay.
All right. And you need time to like loosen up your fingers to get ready to get to squishing those Jackie David's toes.
Yeah, no.
Nobody's getting any toe rubs from Victoria.
Now, judging by the avatar, maybe they could get like a twofer there,
Great.
which would be 4 feet.
4 feet. I am not smoking anything. Thank you. I wish I was.
Oh, people, they were asking why I'm sniffing. I'm sniffing because I'm having terrible allergies right now. They weren't talking about you. They were talking about me.
Oh, good.
Oh.
It's usually
So,
me.
sorry, I wasn't realizing I was doing it. Now I will be very conscious of it, and I'll stop doing it.
Oh, DE $200. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Human, I want you to know I said human. Thank you for all the dough tipping, as I'm sure you will find. Always is a good time. Ooh, 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 it's fun to tip the FISH. It's fun to tip the FISH.
What? FISH for the fish.
There she goes. Continuing the cricket powder cookie fund. Wow, that's a deep cut. That goes back to E. Thank you for the generous tip. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing the cricket powder cookies. I'm assuming that because Jen's gluten free now. In paleo, there's no better gluten free paleo food than cricket powder. Yeah, but cookies though.
Yeah, but I can't eat the stuff that goes in the cookies other than the cricket powder. So what's the point? Dog.
There's the cricket powder. Oh, well, here's chocolate chip cookie mix.
Right.
Chirps brand.
But unfortunately, I can't eat anything in that. So,
Except for the crickets.
except for the crickets. And I will not be eating the crickets.
You're not going to eat the crickets?
No.
Eh.
No, I won't.
You might not know they're crickets. Georgia Fox Lovers there. Thank you for $5 Canadian. I have loved Bigfoot since the $6 Million Man episode with him when I was a kid. LOL. Showing my age. You certainly are, but that was a great episode. Cards 96. Nice research on tonight's topic. Well, thanks, man. The Fantasy Files podcast for $5.
Ooh, thank you, human. You made my dorsal fin tingle.
Did this research make a believer out of you? Not completely, but people definitely saw something. I believe they saw something. Also, we're going to get your B-roll visuals, mostly from Storyblocks. What visuals do you avoid to not get copyright struck? You know, if you're making a new, the copyright is weird on Fantasy Files podcast. It's weird on YouTube. You got to be careful. But I try to just use, if I'm using copyrighted stuff, just quick clips, because you need to create a new work from it in order for to not be a copyright infringement. It needs to be a new work or a commentary on a work. So like if you see a Y-Files reaction video, which is just my whole video with someone's head making comments, that's usually okay. So about 2 months ago, I did the Sergei Ponomarenko video, which about the time traveler. That one kept getting copyright slammed because I used, I don't know, 10 seconds, and which normally would be okay. But some people are more aggressive than others at enforcing their copyrights, and that the copyright holder is from a shady Russian company that just goes and grabs just grabs revenue from creators. So fantasy, I could have fought that, but that's when you fight a copyright claim, it actually initiates a legal like a legal process, which I wasn't going to do. It's easier to just take the video down and re-upload it. But those people were watching the channel. So I upload the video, it gets 800,000 views. They get all the money and then copyright claim it. So I take it down, do a bunch of editing. So their stuff is hardly in it, but they're in it a little bit. Re-upload it. It's fine for 2 weeks, another 800,000 views, and then they claim it and take all the money. So then I just said, screw it. So anyone who watches that video, Sergei Ponomarenko, that Russian company gets paid, not me. Now, what's going on? I saw a bunch of super chats just bouncing up on the screen. What did I miss?
You missed that.
I missed it. Producers with their happy. Oh, there she goes. Badger of the Alpacalypse. You have to lick it before you cricket.
I don't know.
What do you think that means?
I'm not eating crickets.
You got to lick it.
Somebody in the comments said that am I saying I won't eat them so they won't find out that I'm a lizard person?
Because the lizards like crickets.
Yeah.
Fu Man, thank you for the 1999, another great episode. I didn't know spiders had eye shine. Wife, that would scare the crap out of me, but didn't say crap. P.S. We love the sponsor spot. Thanks, Fu Man. Yeah, spiders, I'm assuming it's just some species, but the bigger spiders, they do have tapetum lucidum. So, like if you're in a heavily spidered area, like a swamp or like dense like wet forest, if you shine a light into the darkness, you will just see these tiny little eyes, tiny like twinkles in the dark, and that's just tons of spiders looking at you. What is it? You don't like the sound of that?
No, I mean, I know that they say there's like over 1 million spiders per every, there's like a crate, maybe millions of spiders for like every square acre, and they're super helpful because they keep the insect population down. But I don't like them. They can stay out there and keep the insect population down.
Well, yeah, we don't want them killing all your crickets. Thank you for that, Fu Man. Sam C's here. AJ, sorry, not Mothman related, but I can prove that Dodalson. Oh, I read this earlier. Dodalson messages are real. Tachyon universe is the theory of everything, including how gravity works. Yeah, I'd like to have that information, Sam C. If you want to email me, and if you're just joining us, I mentioned to Sam that I'm in contact with Debbie, who will confirm or deny any information. But I mean, if you have a theory of everything, including how gravity works, you probably just want to send that to the Nobel Committee because you would get the Nobel Prize for that. And I hope you do. BHerb76. I am watching this with my fist deep in new White Files mug. Is that wrong? One day I might buy coffee or tea to drink. No, it's not wrong. I mean, if the fist fits, you got to do it. And except for the diamond beer steins, all White Files merchandise is 100% fistable. Oh, well, you can fist the beer stein because you got those tiny little things. But you're not putting a fist in there. You're just putting a hand in there, not a fist. And don't make a fist in there now because we'll have to go to urgent care because you'll get stuck. Yeah, is your fist going? I don't know what does she do? Do you see what is she doing?
This is so wrong.
Just over and over without saying anything, just fisting.
Oh,
I'm just showing you.
It's weird. Well, show us again. Let me see.
No, now I'm not going to do it because now you're making me self-conscious and that's it. So,
oh, now you're self-conscious. Before you were fine?
I was proving you wrong before, and then you...
Another great one, says Zeb Francis. Odd that both the security guard and airline's name were the F word. I assume that's why there was the bleep. No, they were just redacted, Zeb. They didn't want to say where they worked. OT God, $10. Did you get a chance to check out Moment of Contact? That documentary left me utterly speechless. I haven't watched it yet. It's on my short list. I was going to maybe do like sort of a kind of cover um, that documentary in an upcoming episode, maybe very soon. So I'm going to watch that shortly. OT God, thank you for the support. Chris is here. Hecklefish is the greatest thing to happen to the internet. Fear the crab cat.
I like the way this human thinks.
Why isn't what wasn't here for cryptids particularly? Wasn't here live for cryptids particularly. I prefer conspiracy theories. This was one rare Thursday. I'm not dog training. Well, I'm glad you can make it. Moonshadow, what do you think about The Ray of Creation by Gurdjieff? Please explore. I'll have to explore that one, Moonshadow. I don't know that off the top of my head. That is The Ray of Creation. The Ray of Creation is an esoteric cosmology, it's a diagram which better represents the place which Earth occupies in the universe. The diagram has 8 levels, each corresponding to the law of octaves. Well, that's pretty interesting. Anyway, include all worlds, all suns, sun, all planets, Earth, moon. There's the absolute, what we talked about with the Gateway Project. Cool, Moonshadow. Going to check it out. Nicely done. The Ire Knight is here. Would you eat a crab cake? No way, man. I like the crab side, but I don't think I want to eat cat. But I ate a lot of Chinese food in New York, so I might have eaten cat and not known it. Doc5758 $10. Never heard of the UFO connection with the Mothman until your episode. Well, that's cool. That's cool. I didn't really know that Indrid Cold was connected to that either until I started researching it. But I was glad I found it. Made it a lot more fun. Hey, there's Amberlyn Smith for $20.
Oh, thanks for the tip, Ewan. Here's a tip for you. Don't eat clams in July.
First time super chat. Daniel normally beats me to it. We love you guys. Definitely do an Indrid Cold show. We'll love that one too. Thanks, guys. Best thing on Thursday and anticipated all week. Well, I'm glad, Amberlyn. Thanks for the support. Patrick Dozier, another outstanding performance. Thank you and your team. Thanks, Victoria.
You're welcome.
There she goes. Floyd AED, thank you for the 729. What haircut do you have? It looks super good. I think he's talking to you.
Thank you.
She says, thank you, Floyd. Unchained America's back. You didn't dispute the claims of Indrid Cold at the end of your video. Do you believe the smiling alien was real? I didn't go into it Unchained because it was a Mothman video. So the Indrid Cold was I just brought that in there to illustrate that weird stuff was happening in Point Pleasant at the same time. That's all that was there for. Because there was lots of other stories too. Ghosts, poltergeists was all allegedly happening. I brought in Indrid Cold because super fun story. Do I believe it? I don't think I believe the story, but like I said earlier, Woodrow Derenberger, he lost his whole life, got destroyed because of the Indrid Cold thing, but he never went back on it. He said it definitely happened. He lost his job, he lost his wife, he lost his house, he lost every penny. He was constantly harassed because of that story, but he said it was real. So, if I just read his story on paper, Indrid Cold, smiling, normal guy, Zanulus, all this crazy stuff, it reads like nonsense to me, like every weird story. But then when I hear that he held on to the story and lost everything, then I look at it more closely. I haven't really dived into them yet, but I have a couple of interviews from him recorded, like recordings of them that are hours and hours of his relationship with Indrid Cold. I'm going to listen to those and see if maybe we get an episode out of it. So, do I believe the story Unchained? TBD. Robert Prather's back, longtime supporter of the channel. Great video, and thanks for doing a cryptid video. You're welcome. That was great footage. Who knows, but it looked real. Keep them coming. Sponsors inevitable, and you guys did a great. Let him cry. 192, 1.92. Is that where we're at? Wow. It's Thursday. Like, I hardly look at the stats Wednesday and Thursday, just because it's so stressful getting the episode together. I'll dive into the stats tomorrow. 1.92. That's crazy. Never saw that coming. Clarice, thank you for the super sticker. Jumbo Umbrella Homebrew is back. Great episode. Hecklefish was cracking me up. Hashtag country roads. Take me home to the place I belong. Wayne Perry, do a show on planet Neptune. Was it always there? Now, that's a conspiracy I haven't heard. Wayne. Sorry, that's disgusting. Is that a conspiracy theory that Neptune is new? I'm going to have to look into that. I like the space conspiracies. I think coming up shortly, we're going to do the face on Mars. If that's going to be fun. Got good old Mike Barrs working on the research and script for that. It's face on Mars. That's something I always liked. I just I don't know how much information is out there to make a full episode, but I have faith in Mike that he can figure it out. But if you're old enough to remember those coast to coast episodes when Art was there, a common guest that he would have was Richard C. Hoagland when Richard was running Enterprise Mission, was his website. And he would come on there all the time and talk about the crazy stuff that was in the photographs of Mars from the NASA photos. And one of the photos that gathered a lot of attention was the face on Mars. I'm assuming you know this, but if you don't, from the images from the satellite, there's some type of hill or structure that just pops out of the ground. It's the area of Mars. It's called Cydonia. That's what the area is called. And Cydonia from space looks weird. It's very flat, but it's got what looks like roads. I'm not saying it is. I'm saying it looks like roads. There's a corner of Cydonia that looks like the ruins of a city. I'm not saying it's a city. I'm saying from orbit, it looks like a ruined city and roads. It does. And then I'm assuming it's north, on the top part of the photos, on the north side of Cydonia, northeast, you've got this flat area, and then out pops this structure, just right out of the flat ground. That it doesn't look natural. It's like, it reminds me of like the burial mounds or the hills that you find in Appalachia, those type of things where you got this flat ground and suddenly just a hill out of nowhere that's super high that just shoots out of the ground. That's what this thing is like. So from high above, it looks like a face. And now that we're talking about it, I'll just show you. But there's more. Hang on. There's more I want to tell you. Hang on.
Don't go too in depth on it. We're going to do an episode on it next week.
Mike found a lot.
So just stay.
It's just us. It's you get a preview. It's fine. This is for us. So here's what it looks like from space. Face on Mars. Let me see if I can find all of Cydonia for you. And they're down there going, don't spoil the episode. And look, if you don't want it spoiled, then you could jump off. I don't mind. But there's only 7,000 or 8,000 of us in here. But if 1 million people are going to watch the episode, that's 992,000 people that'll be new for. So us will have this intimate, freebie. All right, so there's Cydonia. So see what I'm talking about? It's just flat. And you've got these straight lines. If we zoom in a little closer, it looks like ruins of a city. And in the episode, I'll have more details on this. But here's what's really strange. As time goes on, the face on Mars, the pictures start to look like this. What happened? NASA said it was just the way the sun was. It was, it's just the sun's at it's a very sharp angle, so that's why it looks like a face. That's what it is now. Now you tell me if you could see the structure here. You tell me if the sun comes in at a very sharp, low angle, does that look like it would make a face to you? Not to me, it doesn't. And I'm the open-minded skeptic. They say that's what it was. It was just a regular old trick of the eye. Pretty creepy. Now, I'm not saying I believe it. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it is a face. I'm not saying there's a civilization on there. I am saying that NASA's sketchy. I'm saying that NASA's sketchy and they do a lot of lying. And that's not an opinion. That's a fact. So here we go. 1976, we got the face. 1998, face is gone. And then 2001 is like totally gone. Totally different. So in the 76 picture, if you've got this bright side here and it's so dark here, so that means the sun is coming in a very sharp angle, right? But if you consider how dark this is, that means that this ridge here has to be pretty highly elevated in order to make that dark shadow. I'm not seeing the elevation in these photos, or I'm not seeing the sharp ridge. I mean, I could see that it could be this because that kind of follows the same contours, but I wouldn't think that the sun at the steep angle, because it's kind of steep here too, maybe 45 degrees. Here it's got to be, sunrise or sunset. But here it looks way more flat. So I don't know. It's I'm going off on a tangent, but it's an interesting story to me. So that's coming up. Could be next week. We'll see what Mike comes up with. Envoy, thank you for the support. Always look forward to Y-Files Thursday nights. Learned a lot tonight. Keep up the great work. Well, thanks, Envoy. I'm glad you learned a lot. Chris Music wants an update to the plush, or do we answer his update earlier?
No, he's asking about a crab cat plush.
Oh,
I would love to do a crab cat plush.
you?
Yeah, but we're gonna see how Hecklefish plush does first and go from there. I'd like to have like a whole cast of characters as plushes. And AJ just called the super chat last call.
Oh, last call. What does that mean?
It means we're going to take super chats until 9:10. Or we'll still take them. We'll continue to take them, but he's only going to be able to read the ones that come in between now and 9:10 because we've got 115 on deck, and we're after 9 o'clock now. So
I want to make sure we get to you.
Yes.
Now, you're welcome to support the channel with the super chat. I appreciate that. But a great way to support the channel is Patreon for as little as $3 a month. You can Patreon, you get some perks. We're going to have a Patreon only live stream tomorrow morning. We had one this afternoon before the premiere. We'll do one tomorrow morning just for Patreon members. It's a lot of fun, and everyone jumps on the camera and can talk if they want to. Most people don't. Most of the time, it's just, this afternoon it was like Jen and I talking about the merch and how and all that. There's no one really wanted to talk, but if you wanted to just hang out and talk, you could. That's a great way to do that. So that's a Patreon perk. Or if you want to support the channel by buying something from the Wi-Fi store, shopped at thewifiles.com, because then at least you get something. But super chats, of course, very, very appreciated. I couldn't do this without, couldn't run the channel without these after files support. Envoy, thank you so much for that. Talon guys here.
Holy mackerel. You see what I did there? Thanks for dropping a couple of shekels on me, human.
Thanks for the shekels, Talon Guy. Great episode. Anything in your research about Mothman being an escaped military government experiment? Yes, a little bit, but it didn't have a lot of meat on the bone. Talon Guy, because there was the West Virginia munitions plant there. It was a weapons plant, right, for World War II, and then after the war, it was abandoned. And then the area was used to dump toxic waste and chemicals. And there's a wildlife preserve all around it. That's what it is now. It's just a wildlife preserve. So with all that toxic waste just thrown into the environment, a lot of stories emerged about that the Mothman was a mutated something, a mutated bird, or a mutated owl with the red eyes, or a mutated man, or some type of weird hybrid. So that came up a lot in the research, but that was about the extent of the story, and I couldn't find anything more than just that. And when researching these topics, becomes so frustrating because people really lean into the weird stuff, and they just don't. They won't give us the full picture. They will just tell us the information to make the story sound crazy and weird, and then that's it. No more information. So yeah, there was toxic waste there, but it was cleaned up within a few years. It was cleaned up, and it was is a non-issue at that point. But the stories continued. It's really frustrating, the research, especially when you know. So if I'm reading an article that's about the toxic waste, I'm like, all right, when are they going to get to the point where it was cleaned up and became there's wildlife there? They don't get to it. They don't cover it. Wade Vasquez, who wins between Mothman and Skinwalker? Chuck Norris always wins. That's obviously the answer, Wade. It's always Chuck Norris. There's Soul of Arn for $99.99.
Tippity doo da, tippity. My oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of money coming my way. Tippity doo da, tippity.
Solo. I love the show and everything you guys do. The roller coaster of panic and then rational explanation with heckles, jokes is ingenious. Fantastic work from everyone involved. I'm glad you like the format. Not everybody does. Not everybody likes the format. But and I understand that. If people are new to the channel and they click on the thumbnail, like tonight's thumbnail is crazy, right? That picture of the Mothman from someone's car. It looks to me, when I first saw that photo, I was like, wow, that's good. That's a really fun thumbnail. But I found where that thumbnail comes from. It's like from an Unexplained Mysteries or something from the History Channel. And when you watch the actual video of it, it looks so cheesy. I mean, it looks terrible. It's like a dude in a suit, like a weird rubber suit. But that one screen grab with the headlights on him, I thought it looked cool. Well, we'll see what the click-through rate is. But I liked it. But so when people click on that and then they get through the story, they're having fun. But then when they get to the end, they get so angry in the comments that I just ruined it. I get accused of clickbait all the time. I get accused of clickbait for telling the truth. I mean, the internet. Azure Sky. Thank you for $9.99. Is that one of those sex dolls?
No, there's a filter where you can like Disney-fy your face, and I'm assuming that's what that is.
What kind of sex doll does Disney make?
I don't know, but apparently she says she knows you. So let's stop talking about sex dolls and read the comment.
When you and Jen go away, I'll feed Hecklefish for you. P.S. I think we may know each other from way back in New York. I was a club designer with Peter S. Sound familiar? Doesn't sound familiar. Peter S. Does that ring a bell to you?
Well, I think she was just talking to you because I didn't live in NYC in my younger days.
Well, what kind of club do you...
Wait a minute. I did live in NYC for a little bit, and I knew a Peter S.
Well, she's talking to you.
Well, yeah, but that's obviously a screen name. Like, I don't know.
Well, do you remember anyone? I mean, do you remember anyone that had anything to do with the sex doll back then?
Jesus.
Because she's even got the sex doll mouth going, right?
Okay. I know that it's after 9 o'clock, but still. Gone.
Oh, damn you, John Denver. Daniel Garman, thank you for the $20. Appreciate the support. Thank you for not posting a picture of a sex doll. What would you think about forming a preppers club based on some of your more probable worldwide event like pole change, radioactive tidal waves? Could have individual bug out kits for different catastrophes, hecklefish, on and all. I like the idea, Daniel Garman. It's and something that we were floating around. Jen and Gino and I is a company called the Bunker Co, where we would sell prepper gear. Just the channel got kind of distracting. But yeah, that might be something what we do. I don't know if we'll have time, but it's a great idea. And of all the things I've discussed, like all the disasters, the pole shift concerns me. Nothing else does. Don't worry about the climate's going to be fine. Don't worry about those ocean levels. Don't worry about any of that stuff. The pole shift is a concern. Tiftastic is back. Very reliable, Tiftastic. Thank you for the $1.99 super sticker. There's Jumper Black, $49.99.
I'm a fish and I'm a star. So put more dough in my jar. The type of vodka that I need is Belvedere.
All right, love the channel. Keep it up. I'm
I
from the
need
oh,
to buy a tinfoil hat. So please click the super chat. We all know the government is listening.
they're definitely listening. Definitely listening. Jumberlack. Love the channel. Keep it up. From the Chicago area. Never seen a Mothman. People claim to have seen a hairy Superman. But alas, it's only me on Halloween. Hee hee. All right. Well, I think today we landed Manscaped as a sponsor. So Jumber Lack, we could probably help you out with that. Dickerson Designs is here. Thank you for the $10. Thanks for this. Mothman is one of my favorites. Still have the book on my nightstand. Can't stick around tonight. Early morning meetings. I got you. Wish you were EST. Kisses for a heckle, my man. Well, thanks, Dickerson. Thanks for just super chatting and just bugging out. Ed Kegron, thank you for $20.
Cha-ching! I appreciate the tip, human. Time to hit the tables, baby.
Needs a Wi-Fi sticker for my work laptop. Well, there's Victoria modeling those now. I mean, the Wi-Fi's, we have the best spokesmodels in the business. No doubt about it.
We do.
Jenny, could you model that mug for us, please?
No, I'm just going to hold it up this time.
And there you go. See, you're getting it.
Very good.
And on the other side, Hecklefish says thank you.
Oh, let's see. Bring him in here. Thank you for your support. 22, and they're even 2023.
And you see the Latin there?
I can't read it. Tomeo concrete catus. Well, I know what that means.
Do ya?
Well, yeah, my Latin's fairly strong.
Okay. You Google it? What is it?
It means I fear the crab cat.
Yay!
So you can get those on the at shop.thewifiles.com, and they're cheap. They're cheap. I appreciate the support. I mean, for the 20 you dropped in the till, you could have got a stack of stickers, but I appreciate it. Anthony P. Alampi's here. It shows a great product. Thanks. I like that you called it a product because it is. It is. It's fine. Pegasus Angels here's Hecklefish is voiced by himself, of course. He's a unique talking fish with a tinfoil hat. I want to find my own Hecklefish. Oh, and Country Roads take me home. Thanks, Pegasus Angel. Yeah, he does his own voice. Phase Beast is back here for Jen. Can get a coffee. Coffee makes everyone happy.
That's how far behind we are, because I was complaining about being cranky.
Uh-oh. All right, I got to turn up the speed. Lyrebird 65, you have a loose nut on the controls. Her name's Victoria, but she's a whiz with feet. Mike Haggerin, when I please do video on missing cosmonauts lost in space. Send that on the tips line to remind me. That's an interesting one. T Baggins. Whatever you want to do in your private time is up to you. Love from Japan. This is the best YouTube channel ever. If YouTube overlords allow it, can you do an episode on Giants? I hope your merch will be available overseas too. Keep up the good work. Giants is coming in short order. T Baggins. Merch. When I first launched the shop, I made merch available everywhere, but then learned that, like from Japan, you would buy a t-shirt for $19 and they would charge $60 for shipping. So you're out $75, $80 for the shirt, which people were doing. And I tried to explain, like, look, that's not my money. I make the $2 from the shirt that all goes to Printify or whatever. But it just didn't feel right. So I would rather not ship overseas for now than have people feel like they're getting ripped off. But we are.
Well, you have your red glasses and Victoria has her yellow glasses.
So, but we're working on a new solution, T Baggins, that can maybe get stuff out to you a little cheaper. I appreciate the support and for making me say your username. 575. Get some num-nums. It's okay to Grubhub something in and nibble with the cam off, like we all do during Zoom meetings. That's true. Cuddly Choya, LOL Victoria, you need a bottle of wine for putting up with us.
Wish I drank.
Hey, you could start anytime. For Our Drums is back, longtime supporter of the channel, and back from the WWF CN Tower Nature Climb. And by the way, WWF, I believe that's the World Wildlife Fund and not the World Wrestling Federation. And glad to be watching your show tonight. Hecklefish should get inside of his Crab Cat Destroyer and blow up the Mothman with a cannon full of mothballs. That's a great idea. And I don't know why I didn't think of the mothballs joke when writing the script. Shame on me for dropping the ball on that one. Hey, what happened?
It was a joke, and now the joke's over.
Joke's over?
Yeah, I mean, it would be weird just to sit here by myself in the office wearing sunglasses. I'll get a pair, like it just has a tint on it for next week, because you've got red, she's got yellow. I'll find a different one.
Blue?
Well, no, because blue is the opposite of what you want to do late at night, looking at a screen.
It is. You need yellow or amber.
Maybe I'll find some pink ones.
Hennigan Horror Show. Thank you for the 22 Canadian. My friend happened upon your channel some months ago, and I am hooked. You do a fantastic work, and it's much appreciated. Thank you. Always grateful. Your friend Matt. Thanks, Matt. This is a healthy addiction. Puke Skylark is back. I had one UFO sighting, summer 08 or 09 in rural Minnesota farm. It flew weird like no plane could. Then a handful of choppers started following it. Yep, never saw a chopper other than medical transport before. It's always that. And if I had to guess, they were black, unmarked Apaches is what was chasing those Puke Skylark. And out of nowhere, there's no military base. Just suddenly, somehow, black Apache helicopters. Matthew Quillen, Mothman's in Mel's hole, feeding crab cat and seal fetus. For some today, the top in YouTube analytics, we can see like what the top videos are for any amount of time, like for the month or whatever. but they will also show you what videos are trending on your channel for the hour. And Mel's Hole has always been strong, and it kind of dropped off for a while. But today, leading up to tonight's premiere, Mel's Hole was the #1 trending video on the channel once again. Because everyone wants to know what's in Mel's Hole. Is that true?
Yes.
There she goes. Yes, she's very agreeable tonight. Talent Guys back. Bigfoot. I get we have no good picks, but dig into Native American legends, etc. What are they seeing? I don't know, man. They're seeing Bigfoot. They're seeing giants, or they're just making it up. But we're gonna do giants, and which could maybe explain Bigfoot a little bit. Nothing worth mentioning. Thank you for $5. Let me know if you want help with Hecklefish's auto tune. 16 years of experience with sound less auto tuning. Well, we'll keep that in mind. There is Jason Arthur.
Oh yeah, tip of the morning, human.
Skinwalker Ranch. Probably, maybe. I need to find a good angle for it because it's been heavily covered, Jason. Ogre Broad, Matt D. I def like to see more about cryptids. Man. All right. Stacy Lindsay's here. Hecklefish. What lies are they feeding you, Hecklefish? It's not your fault. You put on your tinfoil hat, you're obviously not going to fall for that. Hecklefish, it's lizard people.
It's to the tune of Smelly Cat from Friends.
Oh, well, does she think I'm a middle-aged woman? I never saw Friends. Do you know that song, Victoria?
No.
See?
I did as soon as I saw
I do know it, but I'm not singing it.
Well, Jen will sing it. Jen will sing it,
Just sing it.
And nothing worth mentioning can help you with your auto tune.
No. No.
Go ahead.
All right, let's see who's next.
Vegasnomics. Have you ever heard of David Polides and the Missing 411? Definitely worth a watch. Can you please enter me in the dinner with Victoria and hubby raffle? Absolutely, we can do that. Absolutely. And dinner's on them, by the way, whatever you want to eat. Yes, I have heard of David, and I follow his channel. I don't know how many. I have at least one of his books. But yeah, great channel. He's the main reason why I haven't covered too many 411 cases is because he already does a great job with it. So what could I add in a 30-minute video that he didn't cover in his 2-3 hour video? But when the What Files launches, maybe we'll do a couple of 411 cases because they're more true crimey, and anything that has death or victims, I try to stay away from here because of the algorithm. But the What Files is not going to be monetized by YouTube, so that's going to be sponsor driven, and we'll cover it there. Daniel Garman's back for 420. Happy 420. Injured Cold was actually Ford Prefect. When the guy rolled the window down, he snuck a babblefish, one of Hecklefish's cousins, in his ear. Then they were able to communicate. Keep it cloudy. Could be. Eric Dieter, if Hecklefish gets a plushie, does that mean Mr. Naughty gets a sniffy? Cheek Clappa 69 giggity, do more cryptids like the Lechusa. Love the show. Hecklefish rules. I don't think I know that one. Mr. Peckerwood's back.
Hey, thanks for the tip.
You going to the Friday Night Tights meetup in Vegas next week? Work schedule keeping me from going. Would be a great place to connect with some content creators. Money for the Guppy Mama Fund. Thanks, Mr. Peckerwood. I'm not going to go to that because I'm too busy with the production. But maybe next time it's in Vegas. Tell Gary I said hi. Christina Hinks just feels good in the mouth. Just go ahead and say it.
Christina Hinks.
Does it feel good in the mouth?
I'm not going to.
Great episode. Got our second merch order today. Say my name, AJ. You know you have to. LOL. I have to say it because it feels good in the mouth. There's Dr. Nan for $49.99.
Yo, yo, ooh la la. Yo, fish really need some money. I need to buy some stuff. Fish really needs some money. YouTube don't pay enough. Fish really needs some money. So click the super chat. Like that.
He really struggles with the rhythm in that one.
He does. He does.
Well, while you're here, coffee talk. Mothman is neither a moth nor a man. Discuss. The Steins are Amazeballs. 10 out of 10 would buy again.
Nice.
Well, we got
10
applause
out
from
of
Victoria, and Jen gives 1 pointy thumb up. 2 pointy thumbs up. Thank you for that, and Fran. Mike D, 501. By the way, YouTube monetized the heck out of the Denver After Files video, throwing you a bone, or were they trying to help themselves? Curious if you noticed. I didn't notice that, Mike D. Yeah, I don't think it. If you saw a bunch of ads on that, it's kind of annoying because I don't get paid much on these. I don't know why, but I do not. Kind of irritating that they demonetized the main video, but go ahead and take the money from the After Files, huh? That's annoying. But no bone this way. That bone was all YouTube bone. Epiturd. Epiturd?
Ooh, mamacita. Thanks for the tip,
What-
human.
What are you laughing at? How dare you?
I don't know. It's just an interesting name, is all.
Well, how would you pronounce it?
Exactly how you pronounced it.
How?
What did you say?
Epiturd.
It's probably E. Peter D.
Oh,
would be my guess. It's probably not Epiturd, but
it's not Epiturd?
no, probably not.
It's E. Peter D?
Probably.
Boy, that username could have done with some capital letters in there somewhere, huh? I didn't even see Peter. I thought it was EP Turd.
I don't know.
I'll keep you here for this. Speaking of Art Bell's grave, you got a good shout out on Coast to Coast AM on Tuesday night.
Thanks, Mike.
Great show
Thanks,
altogether.
Mike.
Mike Bauer was on for hours 1 and 2 with George Norrie, and he was kind enough to shout out the channel in both hours. The great Mike Bauer.
The great Mike Barra.
And did you hear the nice plug he gave us or no?
I did. You sent the video.
Oh. Did Victoria hear it?
Yes.
It was good.
All right. Everyone's pithy. Everyone's pithy tonight. Dustin Littlefield and Iris. Oh my God. I finally got to a live. You're my favorite content creator. I love you, man. Hope all is well. Well, thanks, Dustin Littlefield and Iris. I'm glad you finally made it. I've been waiting for you. Wojo, if your nose goes on strike, would you pick it? I knew that Jen likes that kind of joke. Jen likes that kind of joke, huh?
That's funny.
Now's a good time for you.
Mhm.
As advertised, I'm such a menace sometimes. I don't know what I did, but you're not wrong. John Anderson's back. Huge fan. You heard of the cooling tower effect? Deals with rapid evaporation. True case of global warming. Weather War 101 on YouTube. Bit out. Much love from Slut.
No. Salt Lake, Utah.
He's not a. He's not. I thought he was. It was just much love from a slut.
No, that one did have punctuation. Salt Lake, Utah.
But it doesn't look like.
No, it doesn't.
It looks like slut to me, but.
Well, it does, but
Thank you for the support, John Anderson. Googly goggles. AJ, do you or do you not get jiggy with it? I've been known to get jiggy with it from time to time. Badger of the alpaca lips. I see what you did there. My wife and I were stoked that you liked the AI paintings of Hecklefish I tweeted. I finally put it to good use. I did like those. Did I retweet any of those? Oh, why? Boz, if you want to follow on Twitter or Instagram. There's the handle. Thanks for those, Badger. Your boy Cappy's here. A video on Operation Prado, the time UFO allegedly sucked the blood of residents in a small rural town in Brazil, would be great. I don't know that one, but I'm going to write that down because I am going to do South America UFOs very, very shortly. Operation Prado. If I find anything, I'll let you see what I'm doing. Yep, found it. It was an investigation carried out in the 70s by the Brazilian Air Force following alleged UFO sightings in the city of Claras, and the investigation was closed after finding no unusual phenomena. In 1977, numerous UFOs were reported in the city. Okay, residents claimed that scars in their bodies were caused by the lights in the sky, and named the lights Chupa Chupa, literally sucker sucker. We know that from Chupacabra, which means goat sucker. Believing it would keep the lights away, residents organized night vigils, lit fires, and ignited fireworks. Wow, the operation, conspiracy theories, that's what we like, right? We like that. 2 decades after the operation, they recounted their experiences living alongside their men. 3 months after the interview, he was found dead in his home after he seemingly hung himself using the belt of his bathrobe. All right. Nicely done, your boy Cappy. I'm going to look into that one. And according to ufologist Jacques Vallée, which I'm a fan of his, a number of individuals were reportedly killed as a result of the lights. Very interesting, because Jacques Vallée's no nut. Remember, he started out very, very legit, and he was not. Jacques Vallée was not a UFO guy. He was a skeptic, but he was quickly won over. Shania Perez is here. If you do Hollow Earth, please look into Mason Algiers Reynolds' book, The Hollow Earth, and see the Virginia Library reference at the back of the book. All right, let me write that down. Mason Algiers. That it doesn't have good reviews on Amazon. All right, adding to cart. Thank you for that, Shania. Brian, damn it, no vowels, Milnar. Sharp episode as usual. Well, thanks, man. And as always, Jen will tell you the name of the creature in the avatar. Like every week.
A gorm? Did I remember?
A Gorn, yeah.
Yay! I remembered.
That's because you had your pizza, so now your brain's working again.
Yes.
All right, she's multitasking. We'll let her be. Thomas Hawk is there. West Virginia native. Another good one is the Flatwoods, West Virginia Green Monster. And the legend of Mammy Thurman. She was murdered. The trial was shady, and they lost the body. Ooh, I like the sound of that one, Thomas. That's one for the What Files, but I like they lost the body. Like, oops. That's a good one. Appreciate. Send that in the tips line so I don't forget. KP's there for $20.
Thank you, human. Maybe now we can get some indoor plumbing for this bowl. Ugh, it smells like a dumpster full of used baby diapers in here.
I had a tornado in Tyler, Texas today. That's a lot of alliteration. A little tornado over there.
Yeah. I remember when we had our first tornado warning when we moved to Plano, and you had never been in tornado country before. And you were like, what do we do?
Well, I also had never spent an evening in a bathtub with cats and a wife before that evening.
Right. I was like.
And it wasn't like a romantic time in the tub with candles and stuff. It was terrifying.
I was like, we go sit in the bathroom in the bathtub. And you were like, what? That doesn't seem useful or helpful at all.
No.
Where I grew up, they had basements, but a lot of places in Texas don't have basements. So you
think if you have tornadoes coming through frequently enough that we had to listen to the sirens testing once a month, terrifying, that basements would be a thing.
I think it has to do with the soil in Texas.
The water table and such.
Yeah. So there you go.
There she goes. Lizzie for Freedom, your channel, and especially Hecklefish, bring me pure joy. Well, thank you so much, Lizzie. I appreciate the support tonight. Demonic Words is back. Needs a t-shirt. The Vitruvian Fish. Black-eyed fish do eat. That's pretty good. Black-eyed fish is pretty good. I mean, he's already got black-eyed, doesn't he? Jeff Gill, can you do a video on the Phoenix Lights from the 90s? Send that in the tips line so I remember. I could do that one, Jeff, because that's a great one because it's got video. But I got to mix in some other stuff with it. Some other lights or something like that. Paul's here, 9876.
What the fish needs now are tips, sweet tips. They're the only thing to bring a smile to my little lips. Oh, buy a shirt, a mug, or a hat. If it's easier, just click the super chat.
10:45 Eastern just got on, just saying, hey, life's been busy.
Oh,
Thanks, Paul.
Aw.
Paul's got some interesting projects cooking that hopefully we could talk about soon. Chris Continuum, thank you for supporting. Please look into Bigfoot. I know. But just watch Bob Gimlin and Thinker Thunker. They changed my mind. Also, Jane Goodall has said it could exist. That's interesting. Jane Goodall, the monkey lady. They changed your mind. I have to look into that because I want my mind to be changed. You know, when I'm skeptical about stuff, it doesn't come from a place of condescension. You know, when I say there's no good pictures, that's not me being dismissive and blowing it off. That's me going, I wish there were pictures of it so we can cover it better. I want to believe in it. So if you tell me someone can change my mind, I want to know that. I want my mind to be changed. Like with the Hollow Moon, my mind was changed. Jeff Gill's back in new video. Oh, Phoenix, Arizona Lights, early 90s. Got that one. Derek Stevenson's here. This is extremely off topic, but did you do a voice on Red Dead Redemption 2? I did. I did quite a few voices on that game. Thanks for noticing. Karen Coach Koch, when does this happen in the movie? We love your show. All hail Hecklefish. When does what happen in what movie?
well, there's the movie, The Mothman Prophecies, and none of this happens in that movie. This movie, like, the movie is based on the book that the guy wrote that he later said that he made. I mean, I've seen the movie with Richard Gere and Deborah Messing and whoever else was in it, but it's been years and years and years. So
You want me to sum up or what?
You sum up.
Well, the bridge collapses in the movie. That's the final scene, is the bridge collapse, which is so Indrid Cold is like the dark character, and he's predicting these terrible events, and random people are getting the predictions like telepathically into their brains, or he'll call them and he can mimic voices, but they go kind of nuts. And then what happens is at the beginning of the movie, Richard Gere and Deborah Messing, they're young married. Well, she's young, but they're a married couple. She sees the red eyes of the Mothman down the road, gets hypnotized like happens, and crashes the car and dies. And
so does the movie take place in the past, like
no,
in the 60s?
no, it's modern day.
So a different bridge collapse happens.
I don't know. I think they do call it the Silver Bridge now that I think of it. I don't know. I just had to kind of zip through it for this episode.
Well, A, it's time for a giveaway, and B, both of Victoria's dogs want her snack.
Are they being bad?
No, they're being adorable. They're just both sitting there going,
They like string cheese.
Well, everybody likes string cheese. All right, giveaway. Is that what we have to do?
Giveaway.
Thanks for the support, Karen. What's that? Is that Coke? Koch? How do you say it?
Koch, Coke. I don't know.
Hang on. I'm trying to no, add it. There it goes. All right.
Kevin
what-
Somerville, you said your super chat showed up, but no comment. I'm sorry. I didn't see it show up, but I've been running around a lot this episode.
What word do you want to do?
Let's do
What's going on in the chat? SW wants to do feet as the word. You want to do EP turd?
no.
Okay.
There was some hobgoblin. Let's do hobgoblin. Jendigo hands. Okay, that's fine too. If that's what we want to do, that's okay. But my name's not Ken.
I get it. Iron Man says foot massage. The noob engraver wants to go with fist it. I like that one. Aura says EP Turd's feet.
Her dog doesn't like that.
But the word is Jendigo hands. And here's how it works. All you got to do is type what you see on the screen. Jendigo hands, no spaces, exactly like that. And you'll be entered to win a $50 gift card. And also a hot oil shiatsu from Victoria.
It's getting worse now.
She'll do a little deep tissue.
No, you go, Victoria, tell them what happens.
Please go to Discord and enter a ticket in with your name and email, and you'll get a
$50 gift card to the Wi-Fi store.
But when you say deep tissue, how deep do you mean?
There's no deep tissue.
no deep tissue.
I thought she's...
You can get a Wi-Files University shirt. We've got them in a bunch of different colors.
Jenny, can you explain what Jendigo hands even means?
Okay, so they make fun of me because I have very long, skinny fingers. And so somehow they were talking about that I had Wendigo hands because we were talking about Wendigos one week. And then, Wendigo, Jendigo. So now here we are. So Jendigo hands are these, or carny hands. There's a lot of things that I get called. I'm not sure, but anyway.
Puke Skylark goes with shindig pants. That's wrong.
Iron Man.
That's funny. Stephen B. Where did Jen's hands and go? Killer wants to go with Jen happy ending hands.
No. No. You can.
Corey McLean, y'all never gave me a shout out even after I give my money. Money face, red droopy eyes.
Aww.
Sorry, Corey McLean, but there's your shout out. There's a shout out for you, my friend, and appreciate the support.
Thank you.
Let's see.
Kyle, it's probably coming up still. They said 40 minutes. We're like 2 hours behind.
I do have Jendigo feet too. It's a whole thing. So it's
those toes are, I mean, her toes are so long. I think she could probably open a banana with those.
the feet match the hands. Yes. My nickname growing up was Bat Toes because my family said I could hang upside down from a branch and sleep by my toes. So thanks, guys. There's that. Now somebody put Jendigo toes in the
Winnebago lands.
Cattle Dog says I probably have great balance. I don't. I was gonna say I do, but then AJ would be like, "What?" I'm a little clumsy. So,
Come on, Jenny, you got it.
Hand shot first.
Han.
Yes, he did. And the guy said McClunky.
McClunky.
He did shoot first, and it was the bounty hunter. It was was it Boba Fett? It wasn't Boba Fett. It was just another.
Come on, chat. Tell her what bounty hunter it was. That Han was sitting across from at the bar.
Yeah, it was a bounty hunter that
Greedo?
Guido.
TN Gunner is first. Greedo is correct. Donald Richardson.
Greedo.
It wasn't Guido. That's a bounty hunter from Brooklyn. Delta Tango. Chimp toes. Yeah, they kind of look like it.
They don't look like chimps. Chimps have really long feet. I have long feet
Yeah.
too. but- yeah.
Marsupial hands. That's funny.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Dr. Dan Friend, how my family tells me it's time to cut my toenails. So you're going to go snatch us some dinner out of the lake with those talons? Damn, Dr. Nan Fran. Y'all got some
Ooh.
crazy feet. She got them crazy feet.
Crazy feet. Yes, Zeb says I'm getting hand and feet shamed. Well, Candy
Aw.
Queen, I love you guys too.
She's from my hometown, Canna Queen.
Nope.
Oh,
Norwegian
nice.
Blue, let's be clear, long fingers only add to Jen's many attractive qualities.
Mhm.
That's true, but as you know, men prefer small hands. Are we ready to choose?
Yes, let's choose, please.
Choose from Jendigo hands.
Yep.
Uh-oh, light ray fuse. Roundhouse talon kick. That's for Dr. Nan Fran. Scratch somebody's eye out with her jacked up toenails.
Sloth toes.
There's Craig, there's Ann, there's Jack, Jenny's, Moxie, Widow, the Judges, Kenneth, Wilfredo, Paul Cat, Darren, Mary Maya, Stacy Tate homesteading. Dot, dot, dot.
Yay!
Stacy Tate looks like he could really use a massage, though, doesn't he?
Ah. Nobody's.
So what do you
no.
what happens? You send him a direct message with your phone number?
Actually, he goes to Discord and puts in a help desk ticket with his name and email, and I'll get it to him. And that's all.
And he gets the Y-Files gift card, $50 to the shop, and that's all he gets.
No
So,
deep tissue.
Jake!
no deep tissue. And there we go. Oh, that was also from a previous After Files where I was commenting that AJ ate nothing but tuna for like 60 days straight because he was on a diet, and I was joking about him being full of mercury. I said he's eaten so much tuna he could take your temperature with his finger, and that's not what I meant. Not like that. I meant like, do that or whatever, but
Not up the butt.
that's not what I was saying. No, not up the butt. So
Not up the butt. Carolyn Smith's Food Forest and Homestead. Thank you for the support. You should get 40 acres and build a house and studio together. You won't have to commute. Then plant some fruit trees, veggies, and get some chickens and cows. You'll be ready for an EMP or CME. I like the way you think, Carolyn Smith's Food Forest and Homestead. She's trying to get us to build a food forest and homestead, actually.
thumbs up.
2 pointy thumbs up. Nebraska because first-time caller, new here. Where's Hecklefish? He's right back there in his bowl. Got to keep it covered, though. So got to keep him chilled out, settled down. Rio's here at 220 Canadian. Ever hear the story of our bird in Hollow Earth? Yes. Rio, check out the Wi-Fi's video on Operation High Jump. I get into Admiral Byrd and his Hollow Earth experience in that one and his UFO encounter. Cool Groove Gaming. How about the Michigan or Alaska triangles or the Edmund Fitzgerald? There are also cryptids in the White House, LOL. Yeah, that's true. Might get to some of those triangles. The Michigan one I don't know about. I know about the Alaska ones. Good call, Cool Groove. KSL 454, any upcoming episodes on the third eye pineal gland or DMT, how it could possibly allow us to see a different dimension, beings which we normally can't see. I talked about this a little earlier, KSL 454. I can't cover DMT because YouTube will flag it as promoting illegal drug use, even though no one uses DMT for fun. So it's a video I'd like to do. If I can get ahead, there's 4 or 5 episodes, like 4 or 5 subjects that I want to do that I can't do on YouTube. And one of those would be exploring DMT. the chemical, how it affects the brain, how everyone has the same experiences and so forth. And I could speak to that firsthand. Smooth Criminal, thanks for the $5. Is that a Jose Canseco bat? Please tell me you didn't pay money for this. I don't think there's a Jose Canseco bat. But I mean, there's no shame in Jose Canseco, right? When he was one of the Bash brothers. I mean, if you're talking the 1988 Oakland A's, right?
Yeah, Bash Brothers, that was big.
Bash Brothers was big.
Wait, was that the
Mike No-Go Zones? AJ, my fellow Farmingdale native here, cheering for you. We need to collaborate one day. Everyone check out Mike No-Go Zones YouTube channel. He does travel videos. Hear me out. Travel videos, but he goes to crazy places. He's been to Iraq. He's been to the South Bronx, which is more dangerous. I don't know if he's been to the South Bronx, but he's been to rough neighborhoods all over the world. And his videos are fun. He talks to people around the neighborhoods, locals. He covers local food. He goes to places that people don't or can't go. So that's Mike No-Go Zones, also fellow Farmingdale native. We didn't know each other growing up, but we probably lived 5 blocks from each other. Angel Perez, these are naturally forming nuclear reactors, and there are naturally forming nuclear reactors in nature. Gets the noggin goggin. That's true, there are. Here's one we can't do. Rusty Kulbach. You should cover Malaysia Airlines flight MH370. I can't. YouTube doesn't like that one. But maybe in the What Files we can cover that. But YouTube does not like that one. Otherwise, I would cover it. Greg H with no vowels. I had Chat GPT-4 write a Y-Files episode with Hecklefish. It's about the fake moon landing. How can I get it to you? You can just email me, Greg. I'll check that out. Be very interested to see what AI wrote for fake moon landing. Paul's back 1, 2, 3, 4. When you have free time, you should do an in-person investigations like haunted houses, etc. I'll do that on the Where Files, Paul. I don't know if I'll do haunted houses, but we'll go to like weird places and follow up on weird stories. I mean, I'll do haunted houses if you like. Big Kazan for $100.
Yes, my dressing room is getting an upgrade. I'm thinking I need a leather sofa, silk pillows, and a live-in masseuse.
I saw Victoria's eyes perked up when she heard masseuse. Great episode. I think you may need to do a few more cryptids. Find the balance. Hang on. It's not professional. Find the balance. That way you don't become the cryptid channel. Will YouTube crush you if you do something on the Clinton hit list? Epstein. How about if you delve more into those deaths? You can't do any of that stuff. You can't do deaths. You can't do, and you definitely can't do Clinton deaths. They don't like that. They love them some Clintons out here in the internets. But no, I can't do any of that stuff because then I appreciate the tip. I mean, I'd love to cover the Epstein story, but if the FBI won't cover it, why should I? Daniel Fennick for $10. People talk about aliens, dimensionals, and evolution. Not a lot of talk about the possibility of secret chimera gene experiments of both past and current societies could explain a lot of cryptids, in my humble opinion. Daniel, I'm working on an idea that Gino kicked my way, which is like on the human pig hybrid, which I thought was really creepy and weird, but looking into doing it. Amy B, thank you for the support. Dark matter is probably just the black background that is behind and in between the coding on the pages that created and run our simulation. Could be, Amy. I like the way you think. Could be. It's gotta exist on something, some type of medium. Could be dark matter. Plasmocat. How about the Ohio airport UFO sighting in 2006? I don't think I know that one. But Plasmocat, if there's pictures, email me and we'll cover it. Badger of the Alpacalypse, I get it. Ever read up on the Apache Gold, 1800 U.S. Army in Arizona? I think the Cowboys were involved, the Earps, etc. I think it goes back to the Welsh in 1200s, Coronado later than U.S. government. I think I know which one you're talking about, Badger, but you can email me or drop that in the tips line. Let me see if I'll give you the tips line. On the yfiles.com/tips. It's not tips. It's not like money tips. It's tips for the show. If you send that in there, I'll remember to look into that. But I like the idea. I like the story. Apache Gold. Love it. Wojo. My 420 joke. I went to my doctor's and was complaining about having stiff joints. He said I was rolling them too tight.
Ah.
James Ooten, out in Ooten. When attacked by clowns, go for the juggler.
I starred that one because it made me laugh out loud. Oh, it was so good.
That's what she said. Thomas Hawk 999. The TNT area is hella spooky. Magic mushrooms grow naturally there. I always thought they were rolling around and absorbed the mushroom through the skin, passed another car and had a bad trip. That's interesting, Thomas Hawk. That would explain. I would explain some of the mutants, right? Rolling on some fresh golden teachers out there. Tyler Ralph for 999 pounds. I just raced home after a night shift to catch my first live show. I've seen all your episodes. Love your work, especially the Tesla bits. Keep it up, guys. Well, I'm sorry you rushed home, Tyler, for this, but I appreciate the support. Jake Best is back for $10.
There you go. Guppy needs a new pair of shoes.
Wi-Fi is one of the greatest shows in the known universe. And Kyle Dunnigan's show, live shout out. Hey, Kyle, may I ask advice for $10? Where to meet amazing women, both inside and out, like Victoria and Jen, maybe Applebee's? Where can Jake
Maybe.
Best go to meet some women that are amazing on the inside as well as the out? I think he means like their personality, right? He doesn't mean their organs.
I think he means their personality, I think. Well, we met on Match.
He wants to know where he can meet amazing women.
Well, that was a suggestion. Match.com. Don't do like Tinder. That's just a swipe. That's not. Go to one of the sites that ask questions and things. Although somebody earlier said that I look like a Walmart lady. So maybe go hang out at a Walmart.
There you go. Jake Best, go hang out at a Walmart. Mark Stern, thank you for $5. Do you like Mr. Mythos content? It's very well researched. I don't think I've watched any of his, but a lot of people mention him. I definitely want to check him out. Heard good things. Joshua K, the aliens in Nome, Alaska. Okay. Send them the tips line. We'll check it out. And I'm just trying to cruise along here for. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to chew through them. That's okay, right? At this pace?
Yeah, that's fine. You're doing good though. I mean, you're down to, let's see, let me unstar. You've got 39 left to go. So you're good.
Oh.
You want me to read a couple?
Yeah, but if you can
You're fine. All right, let's see. Funny Gal for $5. I look forward to all these stories. Thank you. You look at both sides, which is refreshing. Which we like that. How about I read and then you do a little comment? Mountain Goat for $4.99. What are your thoughts on the missing 411 phenomenon? Well, he can't make a comment if he puts me in full screen and then.
Well, you tell him your thoughts.
I think it's super, super crazy and interesting. Like, you would think that especially in this day and age, it would be almost impossible for people to just disappear like off the face of the planet. A lot of the 411s, I'm sure you guys all know about this, you know, the Pacific Northwest, a lot happens in Arizona area, a lot of national parks, and people literally will get out of their cars and they'll go and then they're just never heard from again. And it's like, you got, people have cell phones, they have all this stuff. Somebody will just see them on a trail and then turn their heads and look back and then they're gone and never heard from again. So I don't know. A lot of people think it might have something to do with alien abductions or something else, but it's a really, really weird phenomenon, especially when you see people that are like, really, they're outdoorsmen, they do a lot of hiking, and then they just go missing and they're never heard from again. It's freaky.
What are you on about?
I'm talking about missing 411.
All right. Keep going. You're cruising.
Okay. Untapped value, $10. Monroe Institute, Tom's Park equals VIP fast track to OBE, no meditation required. You will see results within days. This is how you plug into the superior consciousness, sending joy your way.
I will look into that Untapped value. Untapped always has good suggestions. I heard from Monroe Institute this week about doing something, maybe a collaboration of some kind, which I would be interested in. So, so the simulation, once again, connecting thoughts.
But be careful if you attempt to hemisync, it could make you go psychotic. All right. DJ Super Chancho for $3.33. AJ, clowns are demons. They can be seen with DMT.
True.
Clowns are just creepy. Greg Hurtager for $4.99. Why didn't they just put up a large bright light to capture the moth?
Are you chewing gum on the stream while you're reading?
Of course I am. But his that was funny.
It was funny.
That was funny.
Well, I'm
Okay.
coveting your gum.
Well,
Ray J's there, 420, 420, and 420. Rocky Mountain High. I appreciate the 420, Ray J, on 420. William Restrepo, 11 Canadian. I really want to be part of the team. Live in Toronto. I was in Patreon, but lost job. LOL. Have science background, engineering, and do write some comedy. Also speak it in Spanish. Put me in, coach. Love all. Well, William, go to wifiles.com, click the jobs link. You can send in a writing sample. Like I said earlier, I'm being completely honest with you. I get a lot of writing suggestions and samples. Most of them are not good. They're fine, but they're not right for the channel. But I keep looking because I need help. So I want you to be the one. We have Mike Barra. He's a good start. But I want you to be the one, William. So the wifiles.com, click jobs and send in a writing sample. We'll see what you got. The arborist is here. Do a video about the tree with a mummy dog in Georgia. Hashtag arborist, hashtag tree life. I don't know that one, arborist, but send the tips line. What's the, can you do this one?
T Baggins. That's very cute.
Are you still chewing gum on the stream? Okay.
No. You guys, the best channel on YouTube at the moment. If YouTube overlords allow it, can you do a video on the giant's bone supposedly found all over the world?
Yes, we
Thumbs
can.
up?
That's coming up.
It's on the list. Starscream for $9.99. Not sure you covered this, but how about the tomb beneath the paw of the Sphinx and cover up of entrances, or the pilot in Florida that went through a vortex and jumped miles away?
The first one we got coming up. New chambers discovered. I haven't heard about the pilot in Florida through a vortex, but I like that. I've been trying to figure out some way to approach the vortices, the portals. So send that through the tips line, Starscream, or email me that. It could be the way to kick it off. Love me some portals and vortices.
Life is just the beginning, $9.99. Mothman stole my catalytic converter. Well, if you have a Prius in California, you better watch out because those catalytic converters are like gold.
They're like
Our son
gold.
had his stolen twice. All right. 30 head case 30 for $10. Aw, Jen is a true partner to you. Your effort puts love out in the world and makes me feel happy. That's very nice.
Isn't that nice?
That is nice. I like that.
Jen likes it.
Jose Aviles for $5. Finally made it to a live after files. Very good. We're glad you're here.
Jose made it.
We're glad you're here. Woohoo! Brandificent for $9.99. Do not do a show on the chupacabra. I'm irrationally afraid of them, despite the fact I think I could protest that I am in fact not a goat. Great show. Thanks for hanging out with all of us.
Brandificent may be a goat.
She says she's in fact not a goat. But look at this one.
Not a goat.
Melissa Silverman.
That's my best.
Friend.
That's my bestie
I'm
of
Victoria's
besties.
biggest fan.
That's
She
Victoria's
is.
biggest fan right there.
Yeah, that's my bestie.
That's so nice.
That's, yep.
I love that.
I'm gonna ban her right now. Let me see.
No, you're not.
Done.
behave.
You did not.
Bye bye.
APT, $20, whatever those are. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here.
That Mikey string.
I adore your content, and Hecklefish is the best YouTuber since your channel started. You are awesome. Love from Australia.
Those are just Australian dollars. That's all. Nothing weird.
Okay. Well, I didn't think it was weird. I just didn't know right off the top of the hand what it is. Anyway. All right. John Hobart, 1999. You fantastic bastard. I actually look forward to your sponsor ads. The one for Aura was so good. I just signed up for it. Also, please do an episode on the subject of DMT and it possibly being a portal to other dimensions.
John, you're awesome for signing up for Aura. That makes us look real good. I appreciate that.
You fantastic bastard. All right. Alicia Ellis, $5. Jen, love your hair today. Thank you. Did you get it done recently? And Victoria, your hair is gorgeous as always. I just fixed it today. So, but thank you. Thank you very much.
I think everybody misses the Ogilvy home perm that you had that one stream ago.
You know, I knew you were going to bring that up. I knew it. Genesis Studios, $10. AJ, great question.
Genesis.
Yes, better name is here. To say thanks for the Hecklefish swag, we want to get your YFam a free copy of our comic book, Ashes to Eden. Now live at our Arc Punk Comics YouTube channel bio. Love you so much.
They want a gift certificate.
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
that's right.
They did.
That's right.
Very cool. Dead End Old for 20 lira?
Pounds?
Pounds.
Nobody trades in lira anymore. Hi, just wanted you to know that I love you, AJ, and then I have tinnitus. So I have a Y-Files playlist that plays every single episode and After Files on repeat every single night as I sleep. Much love from Scotland. XX.
Well, thanks, man. I mean, my voice has been known to put people to sleep. That's for sure. The Y-Files is your new lullaby.
All right. Sink Beans 99. Lizard people fear the carb cricket.
You got to fear the carb cricket.
I fear the carb cricket. Rocky Baroli 1999. My father and I swear in everything that.
Bang, bang. Nice tips, human.
My father and I swear in everything that they saw two pterodactyls just outside of Boise, Idaho. One was filmed in a suburb of Boise and made the news. The way it moves its head is strange. Google it. Boise pterodactyl. Google it.
Pterodactyls are. What? What? He'll be done with it. Just
skip the end.
All right. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird.
I think that's just like a.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's weird.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. Maybe it's just a big old weird looking goose. No,
Oh,
that's got like a tail on its head.
What? I hope that's fake, man, because that is a pterodactyl.
That's crazy. That's got to be fake.
Oh, it's like mechanical.
Yeah,
That's
it's gotta
got to be
fake.
fake.
That's funny.
That's nuts.
Real or fake explained. So it's probably fake, but
Mhm.
no, there's not a bloody pterosaur flying over Idaho.
Bummer.
That is a
Yeah.
bummer. I wanted it to be real. Nunya Business says it's not. It's a pterodon.
It's
All
a
right.
pterodon?
Yeah.
What's that, an
Soccer
actually,
jet.
bro?
This is actually, bro. Soccer Jack for $4.99. The connection I wish someone would make is one between Mothman and the Flatwoods Monster. time frame doesn't fit, but could be something there.
Could be. Someone else mentioned that earlier, Soccer Jack. So you could be onto something.
Kira Melody for $5 Australian. What's your most liked and most disliked topic you've covered?
Most liked is Hollow Moon. I like
Mhm.
that one a lot. Most disliked is the man who gave birth to his twin brother. I didn't even care for that story.
That was an oldie one. You did that one a long time ago.
Yeah, I didn't like that one.
Josh for $4.99. My friend Ryan recommended your channel. I love it. You have the topic at hand and are very fair and unbiased. I look forward to more videos. Cheers.
This human right here, this human gets it.
He does. Proud for $19.99. Guys, y'all are amazing. I look forward to Thursdays every week. My favorite episode so far is the Hemisync episode. Very real stuff. Much love. Keep up the amazing work. Fear the Crab Cat. Fear it. Fear the Crab Cat.
Hemisync episode. That was a good one. That's the Gateway Project. If you're looking for what Trout's looking at, Gateway Project.
Tammy S 999. I'd like to learn more about star forts. They're everywhere.
Are they?
I don't know.
They're everywhere.
Well, then we got to look at it, right?
Yeah, we'll look at it.
Backseat politician, $30.
And Yahtzee! Thanks for supporting the channel, human.
Yahtzee. I found a site that claimed that all the photos we are seeing from Mars are photoshopped images from NASA's rover testing site in Canada. There were some images up, but the images got taken down.
Could be. NASA's shady AF. So it absolutely could be.
Yeah.
We're kicking around an episode idea about NASA's lies through the years. I just have to approach it in a way that doesn't make the channel sound super, bit shooty.
Yeah.
This is not the Q channel.
Right.
But sometimes the government does lie.
Sometimes.
That does happen. All right. Let's see. FU for $2. What if nukes signal the UFOs with an EMP signal?
I guess they could. I mean, some nukes create an EMP when they explode. I don't know if all do, but some do. I mean, whenever there's a nuclear test, it seems like the UFOs are checking it out. They're always around.
They are.
They're keeping an eye on
Rob
that.
Dossie for $10. Just leaving the bees as I have most Thursday, long before the Y-Files. More proof of the simulation.
Mm.
I'm assuming
Simulation.
That is
Will be
short for the Applebee's. Okay, Badger of the Apocalypse, $4.99. Oh, he's got more stuff. Look up Welsh Coronado, Apache Gold, U.S. Army's Cowboys, the Earps, Huachua Mountains, and Southeast Arizona lands, all connected. Inquiring minds want to know. It's a lot. You look
That's
it
a
up.
lot. I looked it up. I'm not finding anything with those keywords, but I'm going to look into it because I need to know the story.
You need to. Okay. Jagged Brain. Can you make my AJ plush a 5'10" doll with a shirt saying "ready to cuddle"?
We had a sex doll person in here that could maybe help with that.
We were talking about the Hecklefish plush when Jagged Brain typed this.
Oh.
They want an AJ plush that's life-sized.
No.
David Velez for $10. Just wondering if the team has had a chance to check out the UFO flap in Colares, Brazil. That's the one where the UFO showed up every night for 18 months and the military took hundreds of photos and videos.
Yep. Working on this.
Okay.
We looked at it a little bit tonight.
We did. Oh, really? 7 left. Kane shrugged for $1.99. Looking for the episode Hecklefish seeing is thunderstruck.
Mm.
Thunder. Oh, thunder. I don't remember it.
Mm.
Well, he might. You have to ask him. Matthew Allen wants a Victoria plushie.
What?
That's what he just said.
Uh-oh.
Dimitri something at the Wi-Fi's, take a model of Jen's hand and make it into a back scratcher. Okay. All right. Robert Carroll for $4.99. Look how happy he looks in his little avatar.
Look at his happy avatar.
Look at it.
Tappy.
That's awesome. Okay. Would you consider doing a show on saints, miracles, bilocation, smells of roses, incorruptible bodies, etc.? Enjoy watching Wi-Files.
Yeah, we got a couple of more religious stories coming up. Now that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, we've looked into like the Hand of Fatima and stuff like that. Those are all really interesting stories. Jay Reichert's 99, $5. Emergency alert on phones last night at 4 a.m. here in Florida. Thoughts?
I didn't hear that. Does anyone know what that was?
Let me see. Nobody's saying it. All right. Lamb substitute for $10. If you tackle the giant subject, will you cover the opposite side in the fairy people of New Zealand and many other places? Seems possible given the Flores hobbits. The elves went too far.
As a Eurovision reference. Yeah, I guess we could look into. I never heard that. Seems possible given the Flores hobbit.
People are saying
I remember the hobbits. I'll have to look into that lamb substitute. I know what you're talking about.
Okay. Last one. Salah for $5. Great video today. How many videos got demonetized since you started the channel?
Demonetized. I think 6. It could be more.
It would. Boobquake did, but I think you challenged that one.
I think I lost that challenge.
Your metric measurements video kept getting demonetized. I don't know if you ever won that one or not.
I eventually won that one.
Okay. The spontaneous human combustion got demonetized.
No, I mean, does limited count?
Yes, liquid. Anytime
As
it's a
demonetized?
yellow dollar sign.
All right. Limited
so
or
spontaneous-
demonetized? Pardon me one sec. Is Denver Airport demonetized? Stand by.
Florida was an emergency alert test at 4:45 a.m. Lily said it woke her up.
Just an alert test. Project Bluebeam, limited monetization.
Project Bluebeam? I didn't know that one.
I'm just learning that right now. Son of a bitch. Spontaneous human combustion, limited. Dogmen, age restricted. Man who gave birth to his twin, limited. Dyatlov Pass, limited. That's new to me also. Severed head, age restricted. And Nostradamus, limited.
What? That must be new. It's probably because I suggested it the other day and people started watching it and then it got demonetized. I'm sorry.
Yep. I mean, a couple of those should not be on the list.
No.
Denver Airport.
Well, but I have no idea why Nostradamus is. That's a super like benign one.
That's an easy one. That's a history story.
Well,
I have no idea why. And Project Bluebeam, I don't know why that's. I'm going to request a review on that. Boop.
Yeah, and a Nostradamus request.
Request a review on that.
Yes.
It looks like it was already confirmed by manual review as not suitable for most advertisers.
What was Nostradamus?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Oh, I finally got some feedback on why Denver Airport was demonetized.
Yeah.
It's because the content is mainly about harmful and dangerous acts. S the the video is primarily about situations that may endanger participants.
What?
Okay. So,
That's
and this is why we have the after files. We appreciate all the support you guys give.
Thank you.
that's great.
All right,
Yes,
ready
thank you
to wrap.
guys.
About ready to wrap. Oh, that's gonna do it. That's everybody.
That's everybody.
All right. Well, thanks for your support tonight, guys. I appreciate it. That's Jen right there.
Bye.
That's Victoria too. There she is. And again, thanks to everyone for hanging out tonight, for supporting the channel. I'm sorry for the telethons, the marathons, the telethons, but without your support, we couldn't keep this going. As we just showed you, it didn't mean to drift into the demonetization hell, but in real time, you got to see a video demonetized about the Project Bluebeam. Ugh.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Let's hear it for the Wine Files House Band. You guys sounded great tonight. And take care of those waitresses, will you? All right. Everybody get home safe. This is Hecklefish. And you know what? I did it my